you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football. If you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football.
Good evening, Jets fans. Welcome to the Nick Shine Show. I am your host, Nick. I will be joined momentarily by my man, not like that, Dylan Tereman, our buddy, our friend, my guy, our guy. You freaking weirdos. Don't even think like that. I know how you all think. Folks, it's a good day so far. It's 50-50. Bills win, bad. Eagles lose, good. Now, to the Los Angeles Chargers. You have become America's team. We need you to make today great. We need you to make the Patriots stink again. So I think collectively, all of us in the chat, probably not Alan because he's weird, are rooting for the Chargers. So we can unite once again. It's been a while since we've all rooted for the same team for months. Some of us has rooted for wins. Some of us have rooted for losses. Some of us have rooted for the team to just completely implode and go away. But here we are. It's the playoffs. We all collectively put on our hater hats and let's go baby blue. We'll be back. Turn it up. It's Blitz. Let's get this party started.
It's got
Gentry covered the football.
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime, it's Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined to get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky.
Who, me?
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic.
Fantastic indeed. As always, if you are a member of the channel, click that little emoji button right now. Show some love for Blitz BK. He's the man. Couple things to go through. First, bloop, bloop, hit the like button. Second, if you're viewing this program and you have not subscribed yet, please do. We are 17 away from 2,000. We are trying to get there. We've had some shows where we've gotten 20 subscribers in one night. Let's make that a night that happens again. Let's hit 2,000 tonight. How are we going to do that? Well, I'm going to tell you. Number one, the chat's going to be fucking incredible. That's the thing that draws everyone to the yard. Secondly, we got our guy Dylan coming on right now. Let's welcome him. Mr. DT, how are you, good sir?
I'm doing well, Nick. How are you? How are all the shiners in the chat on this fine evening as we hate watch these Patriots?
That's it. Everything's trying. And the best part of this game for anyone who's watching this program, Chris Collinsworth on mute. You don't want to listen to Collinsworth.
Yeah.
Chris Collinsworth on mute. View the game. Listen to us. We'll get you through the night, folks. We promise you're going to have a good time.
Yeah, listening to Romo through the Bills game was pretty rough. I'm not going to lie. Like, they didn't know the rules for the slide. They're like, it's when he's contacted. And then the ref official in the booth was like, you're right, Tony. I'm like, since when is that the rule? It's when he starts the slide. It was like, it's just a mess.
Contractually obligated to tell Tony Romo he's right. That's his contract with CBS. You can't ever tell Tony Romo he's wrong.
God forbid.
Oh, good lordy, lordy. Well, let's do it. It's wild card weekend. All right. I did a show last night. We had a couple great games. You know what? There's been many wild card weekends in the NFL where it's been blowouts, where teams make the playoffs and they're not deserving. We know they backed their way in because other teams were complete failures. I'm going to say this. The games have been great. The endings have been great. There's been a lot of awful play in the games. And I know everyone looks, oh, close score. It was a great game. I've seen a lot of poor play. And it goes with what we've seen this year in the NFL. It's not a great year for quarterback play. You know, there's been some great moments by quarterbacks throughout the season, but there's been a lot of inconsistencies. There's been a lot of missed opportunities, and you're seeing that carry over into the playoffs. And it's almost where I'm watching these games and I'm like, the team that fucks up the least is winning. Packers should have put the Bears away. They fucked up. That should have never came back and happened. Panthers had a chance. Let the Rams hang and come back and win that game at the end. This morning, Jacksonville messes up, doesn't manage the clock well, gives Buffalo opportunities. And then this game here just now, the Eagles I don't know why you take the timeout with 55 seconds or 50 seconds left, knowing if you don't convert this 4th and 11, you need all 3 timeouts to get the ball back.
Yeah.
You basically gave them the game and said, we're going to put this game on one play. We're not going to rely on an elite defense to possibly get us the ball back with an opportunity. So poor decision-making. I'm happy, though, Dylan. I think Nick Sirianni has the most punchable face in all of sports, and I think A.J. Brown might effing do it tonight. So that's my quick little recap of the weekend. Give me your thoughts, and if you have any lightning bolts that you need to hold or cheer for the Chargers, you can feel free to do so at any time.
Yeah, absolutely.
By the way,
I see that. You got your coffee ready?
Banana pudding flavored coffee from Quick Check has changed my life.
Wow, I miss Quick Check and Wawa for what it's worth.
Very good. Both good options.
Yeah, we do. They're not nowhere to be found in South Carolina, unfortunately. But yeah, the offensive play callers, they get in their bag, right? Matt LaFleur in the first half, dialing up that squirrel route in the red zone and getting the guy open. I think it was Romeo Doubs on that specific play. And then in the second half, it's just a complete meltdown and clock management. It's situationally, it's like some of these guys really outsmart themselves. And I know I've been an advocate of that offensive-minded head coach, but they also come with some flaws. Obviously, when everything looks good, it looks great. But when they don't work, it's like, damn, man, like, what the hell are we doing here? So many missed opportunities situationally by the losing teams in all of these games that you can point back to. And I was rooting for the Packers. I was rooting for the Rams. So I was 1 for 1 yesterday. I was rooting for the Jaguars, obviously. And I think everybody but Allen was rooting for the Jaguars this morning. And then this last game, I didn't really care. I like 49ers and I like the Eagles. I have a little bit of a bias. I have a Jalen Hurts autographed rookie card that I bought during the COVID year for $40. That is now worth over $600. So yes, the Eagles' success is kind of predicated on the value of that card. So I'd love to see them go forward. But the one thing I hate about sports is repeat winners and champions. So at least we won't get a repeat here. So I'm happy about that.
All right. I'll never root against my friends making money or profiting, but man, you put me in a fucking corner already here. Less than 10 minutes into the show, man. And I'm like, no, F everything Philadelphia related.
Normally I'm like that. And that's why, like, if Jalen Hurts went somewhere else, I would probably root for that team too, unless it was like the Dolphins, right? If he went to the Dolphins, I'd probably sell the card this offseason, to be just completely honest with you. But yeah, I have to root for the Eagles, like at least a little bit for that reason. But I mean, to go from 40 to 600, I don't even know, is that like 20x? I feel like not 20, but like probably 17x my value on that one. So
yeah, 15, I think.
I'm not a math guy.
Well, yeah, it's 15 times. So, shout out to Jake Asman, ladies and gentlemen. Jake, I'm sorry that the watch party didn't go out the way that you planned today, but thank you for the super chat. Dylan and Nick Shine, two men that inspire us. Speaking
What do
of
we
men
do
that
well
are
as
inspiring,
podcasters, Jake? What do we do well as podcasters?
speaking of men that inspire, Charles Gorman made it to the city from Central Jersey today
Wow.
on his own. Made it to T Squared on his own. And from my understanding, moments ago, he's on the train back to Metro Park where he originally started. This would be tremendous. And it would also be problematic for Jake because now that Charles would have the confidence to get to and from New York City, he is going to want to hang out with Jake every opportunity he gets. So, Jake, good luck. Charles, safe travels. But, folks,
Sounds
Jake
like a
did
good thing
super
for
chat.
Jake.
Super chats, $5 and up. Gifted memberships on this channel will get you on the wheel. The prize will be Super Bowl Sunday. We're doing a big prize. We're doing a big Joe Namath item. So it's a Sunday. All raffle entries are doubled. Tonight's your night to get in. $5 and up on super chats. Gifted memberships. Get in there. We have an update. Charles invited me and my brother to his apartment today, and I said we are going to plan a day this offseason to broadcast live from his place. Jake, first, no. No. Jake, no. No.
At least they'll have Zach there with him.
No. As a friend, Jake, I have to.
Well, you've been to the Gorman pad before.
And that's why I said no 9 times. Shout out
Jake's a
to
better
Alan
man
who
than me.
gifted our first membership of the night, folks. That went to Vino. Thank you, Alan. You're a nice guy. All right. So, for those of you who like thumbnails, we hope you enjoy tonight's thumbnail. I'm very proud of that. Dylan and I took a picture together at the Steelers game in September, back when we had hope. And that's why there's smiles on our faces in the original picture. And then the season started. So with Dylan being on here tonight, last week I had Dom C on, and I said, same day I had a picture with Dom, and I said, create us in a war room in suits, in a frantic, chaotic environment. And we had the thumbnail for last week. This week, now I consider you a draft guy as well, but I didn't want to go back to the well. I was like, you know what? Headsets, talked to Knob today. I was like, I need an idea. And he goes, coaches, sideline. I go, love it. It came out great. Dylan approved.
Yep.
I approved. So we hope you guys enjoy the thumbnails. I'm starting to get a little more creative with my Chat GPT imagery. And yeah, so hit the like button just for that alone. Just for that reason alone, hit that like button. Now, we are going to monitor the game. I have the game on. New England's got the ball already. They're driving. Thank you, Knob. I appreciate you. Knob and Addison are two of my mentors and inspirations when it comes to the thumbnail game and creating pictures. So I can only hope to be as good as them one day.
AI stands for amazing inspiration, right?
Ooh, yeah.
You notice I changed the byline. I'm OCDT tonight.
Nice. I like it. Well, I love being defensive coordinator. So
Yes.
I'm going to kick it to you first. All right.
Okay.
The biggest question on everyone's mind, and this is something you told me before the show. This is something that broke my heart in real time. Go ahead, share with everybody who might not be aware 2 players that the Nick Shine loves and wanted. I didn't even care if it was both picks in the second round. They're off the board already, returning to school. Who do we got?
Yeah, and this is courtesy of our guy Dom C, who you just mentioned. He's been putting this stuff out as it comes in real time. We have Mateo Uiagalelei and Amari Washington, both defensive linemen from the Oregon Ducks. And Dom is saying this with the message of put 2 and 2 together about a certain quarterback that might go back to Eugene as well. I disagree on that part with Dom, but that's fine. But the defensive lineman going back is definitely going to lessen the talent pool at those positions, which are positions of need for the Jets. Unfortunately, they need. But Drake May got sacked. Yay. No, but really,
I like those guys. I
a-
like the physicality of Mateo.
yeah.
I like Washington being a just stout physical presence in the middle. And those were guys that I thought could be good fits with what and oh nice. New England had a punt. Drake May sucks. Chargers are a winning team. Eat shit, Patriots and their fans. Now, these are two guys I targeted. You know, when I was doing my mocks, you've seen I share them in the Discord. We talk privately. I liked both of these guys for our style of defense that we had. And we don't know what type of style of defense we're going to have. This is the time of year, this next couple days. Today is the 11th. By Wednesday, we got to know everyone who was eliminated by the semifinals if they declare or not. So we're going to have a lot of news coming in the next couple of days, or should they stay or should they go? You mentioned, you kind of hinted at Moore already. Give me your thoughts on Moore and what you think he does.
I think he goes to the NFL draft. I think when you are going to be a projected top 5 pick, I mean, if Ty Simpson and his dad spoke to however many GMs, and I did the video on it last week, however many GMs they spoke to, and none of them said he would be a second rounder, right? The quote was, nobody said second round. Now, maybe they're talking to teams like realistically though, like if you're actually using common sense there, do you think Jay Simpson and his son are talking to teams that wouldn't even be in the realm of possibility to take him, right? Like, would they be talking to a team with an established quarterback? Probably not.
You're not calling Cincinnati and the Chiefs, right? Like, you're not, hey, what do you guys think?
Yeah. You're talking to the teams that are going to be, they see the draft order. They know what's going on. I mean, so I would assume that they've been talking to players that, or teams, that are picking at the top of the board or have a quarterback need. And if Ty Simpson is getting a first round pick valuation back from these GMs and evaluators, Dante Moore is going to get a top 5 or at worst a top 10, in my opinion. I don't think, I think there's elements of their game that make them close. And there's some people, in the draft community and even in the Jets community as well that have Ty Simpson as number 1. And I can't really fault them for that. I think when you look at the 10 different quarterback traits, you could make an argument that Dante does this better than the other 2 and Mendoza does this better than the other 2, but then Simpson has some traits that are better than the other 2 as well. So if Simpson's getting a first round valuation, Dante Moore is getting a first round valuation as well. So would it be important for him to make a decision based on his development over the money? Yes, but also, what would you say is more important for a development of a quarterback? To sit on a bench in the NFL level and be in an NFL meeting room learning their verbiage and how they want to run their offense, or going back to Eugene with a new offensive coordinator because Will Stein's at Kentucky, and you're not going to Kentucky. Like, let's be honest, you're not going to a basement team in the SEC from Oregon.
Kentucky. I stayed in Kentucky when we went to the Cincinnati game. I was 50 feet into Kentucky, so not that far in, like literally.
That's probably 49 feet too much, but
it was not pleasant, but we were there.
Yeah, you're not going to Kentucky, like, let's be honest, and you don't have a chance to compete at Kentucky. Now, can you say there's an element of he wants to go run it back at Eugene and Oregon and try to win an Natty just like his 2 defensive lineman teammates? Absolutely, but there's less staff turnover on the defensive side of the ball at Oregon, and quite frankly, I don't trust Dan Lanning in big game situations. I feel like historically he's just been getting his ass handed to him. And Curt Cignetti, yes, greatest coach at the college ranks and would make probably a phenomenal NFL coach, but he was coaching circles around that guy the other night. So, like, it wasn't even close. You don't get 56 points hung on you if you're not getting out coached, right? Like, there's a talent disparity, obviously, but there's a coaching disparity that was even larger than the talent gap there. And you talk about the 4-star, 5-star separation between the 2 teams. Like, roster building is so different at the college level now that you don't need 5 stars. You can just destroy the portal and win that way, which how Indiana's winning with good coaching and portal strategy instead of recruiting 4 and 5 stars that are younger, right? Yeah. I think the average age of Indiana was like 10 months younger than the average age of the Packers. So they're right there. They're an older college team. So, I mean, if I'm Dante Moore, I come out, and that's not saying that from a Jets lens. That's saying it from if I'm going to be a top 5 or top 10 evaluation, I would rather sit on the bench in Cleveland and learn in their room too. Like I would do that for the Cardinals. I would do that for the Jets. I understand they're bad teams, and newsflash, bad teams pick at the top of the draft. Like it's not a new concept here. It's different in other sports, of course, but that's just what it is. And I don't think Dante Moore benefits as much by going back to school for $6 million and next year's class. Like we always talk about next year's class. Please don't talk about next year's class, but like we got to be honest. Arch Manning in whatever draft he comes out is going to be 1.1. That is like a foregone conclusion. We know that's going to happen. So you're already saying the starting point is pick 2 for Dante Moore in 2027. Obviously, other quarterbacks like Allen, our guy in the chat, he's probably going to, the Lenora Sellers of the world that went back to school, and John Mateer, right? They get another year of seasoning. And what can they do? Sam Levitt as well. Then you bring in, what's that?
Klubnik went back, fell off. Nussmeier went back, fell off.
Klubnik was eligibility.
No, saying this year they went back.
Yes,
and
exactly.
then they were all, when we were doing the preseason, and Allen and others were saying, Nussmeier, Klubnik, Sellers, Aller. None of those guys right now, 4 months later, are projected as first-round picks. So
yeah, I wouldn't even say top 50, right? Aller is probably not a top 50. Nussmeier, depending. And selfishly, I'm very happy he accepted an invite to Mobile because I'm really excited to see what he does with a week of coaching down in Mobile. I think he can separate himself from like the other quarterbacks that are going to be there. Right now, it's like Cole Payton, Sawyer Robinson, Diego Pavia. Like Garrett Nussmeier can show out in Mobile and help his stock, but you're still talking about a fringe top 50 pick. So if I'm Dante Moore, I'd come out for the draft this year, and that's not pushing a narrative to get him to the Jets, but I do ultimately think the plan, like I've been saying since I started watching these guys on tape in early September, like the Klubniks and the Sellers of the world, they got to sit 8 to 16 games at the NFL level. You're hoping you can get through a full year of their rookie season without having to play them, unless it's like garbage time, the 18th week of the season, and you've been eliminated from the playoffs. And Patrick Mahomes' situation where obviously they were in the playoffs, I think, and they could have rested their starters, and then he got to play
Alex
that
Smith
last
had
week.
them in, and I believe they were locked into their seed.
Right. So we don't anticipate the Jets having that situation. So maybe they get eliminated in week 14 or 15, right? They take it out to the wire, and then things happen where they're 6-6 or 7-6, and then they lose, and he plays the last game or two of the season, and you just see what you have. But you got to take your swing and strike when the iron's hot at quarterback, especially. And I'm a big fan of Dante Moore. I think, like I said, there's traits that he has when we list out the quarterback traits that he has better than Ty Simpson and better than Mendoza even. And I know Michael Nania of Jet X Factor put out a really long article about stats that correlate to NFL success. And one of them was deep pass rate. And he didn't talk about the prospects in the draft. He talked about the history of the draft and like the last 10 years worth of quarterbacks. But his next article is going to be fitting that formula into the draft prospects. I wouldn't be surprised if Dante Moore has the highest deep pass rate of the top 3 guys. I don't think Fernando Mendoza pushes the ball down the field as much, and I don't think Ty Simpson does either at Alabama. Now, they do it at a decent rate at all 3 spots, but I think Dante Moore, just the way the ball comes off his hand is so special. His intermediate to deep throws, especially between the hashes, is something, obviously Kenyon Sadiq is a really good player, but there's a lot to like about these quarterbacks, and not having a consensus top quarterback in the draft world right now is such to the benefit of the Jets that I really think it's going to work out for us.
Nice. For those of you who just came out from under the rock, I posted and pinned Dylan's YouTube page. Go over, show him some love if you haven't already. If you have, keep supporting him, watch his videos, hit the like button, share it. You know what to do. You're all seasoned vets here in the chat. Now, speaking of a seasoned vet, Dylan, I got a lot of pressure on me in life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now I have the pressure of Peter Castro telling me, get us a quarterback. Peter, I love you. I respect you, but you cannot put that on my shoulders. I consider myself to be a knowledgeable, loving, passionate Jets fan, but I cannot wear that hat. I love wearing hats, Peter. But thank you for being here. I appreciate you. That comment had me chuckling when I saw it. Now, Dylan, let's say Moore, Mateo, Washington, say they all had a meeting and they're like, you know what? We just got steamrolled by a 23-year-old team. We're good enough to win a title. We're all going to come back. We're all going to run this back. Everyone's on board. We'll announce it one by one, building up to more making the announcement to get the whole fan base and students riled up out there. Say he does go back. A lot of people believe it's a one quarterback draft with Mendoza. A lot of people believe the Raiders are going to take a quarterback now. Where do the Jets turn their attention? Because for me, the couple guys at the top of the draft, Bain and Reese come to mind, are tweeners, right? Like Bain can play, he can play inside, he can play outside. His arms aren't long enough. Some scouts believe they're capable of playing multiple positions. Do you put Reese as an outside linebacker? Do you put him off-ball linebacker? Do you put him down as an edge, as a smaller edge? Another tweener. The wide receivers, which we need. Tate, Tyson. I don't know if either one of them are number 2 overall good. Like there's no elite, clear-cut separation. 69 of you in chat watching. Awesome. We have to announce that or Boomtown will yell at me. Hit the like button. If I hit the refresh button right now, we should be in the 60s with likes, folks. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We are trying to hit 2,000. We were 17 away when I hit go live. By the time I hit end stream, let's get there. Be a part of the movement for 2G, baby. And then we all divert our attention and getting Dylan there right after us. Raffles going on. Joe Namath, Super Bowl Sunday raffle. It's Sunday. It's shine time. All raffle entries are doubled. $5 super chats and up get you on the wheel. Gifted memberships get you on the wheel. Now, I have to do something reluctantly. I have to gift 5 memberships because I made a bet with Alan that the Jaguars would win, and I owe Alan 10, so I'm going to pay up 5 of them right now. For those of you that I ordered multiple jerseys from this website, Snowball, Kevin Tats. I ordered their jerseys in October, and like 2 weeks ago, I got messages like, "Hey, I haven't gotten that yet." I'm like, "Oh," and I checked. I'm like, "Oh shit, seller's no longer to be found." So I requested refunds. I had to request 3 refunds from jerseys that Alan had chosen. So I'm waiting for those refunds to come in, and then I will find a new seller, and we'll get all those jerseys out as fast as possible. Just waiting for the refunds to hit. This way, I'm not double down. Here, Drake May, pick it. Let's go. Interception, Chargers. Suck it, Drake May. Oh, playing a team with a winning record. I don't know what to do. Fuck you, New England. Fuck your fans. Fuck your accent. Fuck everything but cheers.
I love it. I haven't seen it yet. Hold on. Pocket collapses, deflected up in the air. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are aware who I'm rooting for.
The type of interception luck that never fell for the Jets. Two defenders deflected, and then the linebacker.
Let me Google this. What is a tipped pass interception?
Yeah, not to mention in the red zone already. Like they're set up first and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Coaching matters, Dylan. They had 4th and 2 from the New England 48. They lined up. They take the 5-yard penalty. They punt it. Coaching matters. You flip the field, you put them deep, you make a play, and now you got a chance to take the lead here. Hopefully,
and at risk of being a bootlicker for
Aaron
Glenn.
Herbert down to the 5.
Hell yeah. At risk of being a bootlicker for Aaron Glenn. That's what the Jets did, right? There were situations where we're like, why didn't you go for it on 4th and 2? And they punt it, and then they down the ball inside the 2-yard line, and they flip the field that way. So you need good defense and good offense if you're going to flip the field, and that's what the Chargers have. So a lot different situation, but you can see the thought process there with the Jets punting it in those situations. But let's go Chargers, man. That's huge momentum swing.
I'm sorry, Leany, but when New England is playing and we're not, I think it's warranted. I apologize. I'll try to keep the profanity down. Herbert trying to turn the corner down to the 3. Taking some hits, too.
So was Josh Allen today. Did you notice like how many hits that guy was taking, and like they still ran him at the goal line? I was a little confused by
Justin
their
Fields took
methodology
that
there.
hit, they would have him in an ambulance leaving the stadium if he got checked for a concussion and his knee. And then Josh Allen, they're like, you're good, man. It's a playoff game. We just got a call from Goodell. You have to go back.
Isn't it amazing how when you're a good quarterback, the lengths that
You
they
never
go
get a
to,
concussion. It's amazing. You never get a concussion.
even like Brian Daboll, like breaking the rules going into the blue medical tent for Jackson Dart. Like when you think you have the guy, or when you know, I mean, I can't say they know they have the guy in Jackson Dart, but when you even think you have the guy at quarterback, the way that they approach it is so different. So I'm assuming that's a good thing.
3 straight runs from Herbert. They're at the 1.5 yard line, 4th down.
That's crazy.
Well, this one wasn't designed. He dropped back the pass. New England covered it well. He tried to go up the middle. They cut his legs out.
Oof. Oh, you said he didn't score. Oh, damn.
No, 1.5.
Damn.
It looked like.
Yeah. Do you go?
Yeah.
I'm going to answer Peter's question. He says, do you like Dante Moore? Peter asked if I like Dante Moore. I do. And on Wednesday, when he officially declares or doesn't declare, I think he's going to officially declare.
God damn it.
I will certainly do a live show breaking down his film. I have Trinidad Chambliss in the hopper. I was watching him this morning because I figured some people might be more enticed by him after his performance, even though they lost. But Trinidad Chambliss is first. That'll be tomorrow. And then Dante Moore, when he declares on Wednesday, that will be my live show.
Nice. All right. Real quick, I'm going to touch on this game, and then I'm going to circle back to what happened before the interception. Forgive me. It's playoff football. We get excited. Forgive the language. I might do that a couple times when New England is playing and they don't do well because no. Now, I agree with Chargers trying to go for it there. You got a defense you believe in. You have an offense that's only defeated one winning team the entire season. If you don't get that, you make them go 98 yards on you. I think it's an aggressive, good playoff call. Unfortunately, you don't get it. Now, let's hit the rewind button. Let's circle back. At number 2, Arbel Reese, Bain, the receivers. Connor Rogers mentioned Bailey, which kind of surprised me. Dom said he's not a great run guy. It's like a Will McDonald type. So I was a little surprised that his name is that high. I don't know if I would do it at 2, but Keldrick Falk is more my type of defensive end. That's 6'6", 275, long arms, can play the run, has the speed, has the power. I'm not saying he will be a Myles Garrett, but he's got that posture, that physique,
the body type.
He's got that aura about him. That's a word the kids use, right? So you tell me you're one of them.
Oh yeah, I'm one of them. No, my 9-year-old hits me with all those gooner terms. It's ridiculous. But yeah, aura is the one. But to answer your question, I don't know what they would do. Like what is the pivot? I'm not a Bailey guy. I know Connor Rogers is, but he was also a Will McDonald guy, so that makes sense. He likes the slight frame, DPR types, right? The designated pass rush types, those third down winners for you. And I feel like if you already have a Will McDonald, you don't move off Will McDonald to go get a David Bailey, but you don't also bring in a David Bailey to pair with Will McDonald. I feel like you'll
never get the third down. They'll run the goddamn ball down your throat. And it'll never be third down.
Exactly. So I feel like I would lean more with the Bain and the Falks. I don't care that Ruben Bain doesn't have the threshold of 34-inch arms. Maybe the Jets do. I know that there's teams that have very strict, legitimate thresholds that it's 32.5. That doesn't fit our mold. We can't take him. And it doesn't matter how talented he is. Perhaps the Jets have those things in-house in their war room when they're going over it with their scouts. But I keep saying it to people and I've yet to be proven wrong. And I haven't even done the full tape study on Bain. I've only watched like maybe one game of Miami on film, and that was because I watched Trinidad Chambliss. Show me the play Ruben Bain doesn't win because of his length. Like, show me the rep where his short arms disallow him to get to the quarterback. I feel like he wins even though he doesn't have the supreme length, and he has the flex, the ankle flexion, that dip, that bend to get around. And they have him, the school website doesn't have him listed with a weight, but they say it's rumored to be around 270, 280, which is exact. God damn it, Ramondre. That's like the exact prototype, right? The 270, 280-pound guy. And I think people sleep on the fact that Jermaine Johnson is like 265, 270. Like he's still like a pretty large edge. He's not like a 235, 240 edge. So you pair up a JJ with a Ruben Bain, or like you said, a Keldrick Falk. But I guess the fit would be, is it worth the pick at 2, right? Or do they get cute and say they don't love Ty Simpson, right? But the choice is Ty Simpson at 2, which probably is a reach, or you trade down with like Cleveland to 6 because Cleveland really likes Ty Simpson. Can you move back to 6, gather some more assets, take a Ruben Bain or a Keldrick Falk at 6? I would think that's more of a likely path. But yeah, at 2, the pivot point for me would either be Bain or Carnell Tate. I don't think I want Jordan Tyson. If you could turn off the injury slider on Jordan Tyson, he might be worth the 2nd overall pick. Like he is such a smooth route runner with or without the ball in his hands. He's still a good player. But it's just the injuries, right? The ACL, MCL, PCL, and then he had the hamstring, and then he had the collarbone. So it's just one thing after another with him, unfortunately. I think Carnell Tate is more like the style that pairs with Garrett well, not just because of Ohio State, but because of body size, frame, the way he wins with his routes. He stretches the field vertically, and then he gets you on your toes. And as soon as you flip your hips and try to open up and let him go deep, he breaks it in or out. And he wins with that in-cut or out-cut too. So I really like Carnell Tate. I love Mekhi Lemon. I just don't know if it's worth the pick at 2. I would love Mekhi Lemon because then you have Garrett on the boundary, AD on the boundary, and Mekhi in the slot. And he's just such a physical player. He's like Debo mixed with Amon-Ra. And I'm not saying he's going to be as good as those guys, but I'm saying like body type and physicality and the way he plays football. I really like what Mekhi Lemon brings, but you're probably looking at trying to trade down and get those guys in a better value slot. And if you don't love the second quarterback on the board, which I believe would be Simpson, maybe you entertain a trade down and you allow a team to come up like Arizona, you flip 1 spot, or Cleveland, you go back 3 spots and you still gain some capital and you don't take the guy. I will say this, if they don't love a quarterback and Dante's not there, you're better off skipping the entire quarterback class than getting the wrong quarterback at 2. So that's what I have to say. But yeah, you can go a whole bunch of different ways with that pick, but I would prefer a trade down if it's not going to be quarterback. You didn't come this far. Like we'll quote BJF. You didn't come this far to tank for Peter Woods, right?
And I feel with the amount of holes this roster has, I don't need to take a quarterback and sit him for a year. I'd rather get a more impactful, immediate player and make my roster better because I'm under the impression that AG and Muji sold this as a 3-year plan. And I know that'll drive our buddy Jake insane. And I know a lot of Jets fans will join him and say, how do you do this? But when you look at the talent level and you look at the lack of playmakers and you look at no interceptions and you look at not being able to sack the quarterback and you look at the quarterback not being able to get the ball out, and you look at barely getting a 1,000-yard rusher in 17 games, there's a lot of need on this team. Not being able to stop the run, right? Not being able to get off the field. Good. You suck. Throwing it back to May, incomplete.
Talk about getting off the field.
Nice. I like it. But I just feel that taking a quarterback at 2, if it's more, you're going to have to sit him. You're going to have to wait.
Yes.
And I feel that it would be better off to take a player who can be impactful and can be a blue chip player at a blue chip position who can help you immediately. And then next year, with all the capital we have, if you got to move up a little bit, if you win 5 or 6 games and you got to move up, you can do it. And you're bringing them into a better structure and you're bringing them in to a Garrett Wilson and then insert a second-year wide receiver. You're bringing them into a defense that can get takeaways. You're bringing them into a defense that's got better linebackers who can run and cover. You're bringing them into a defense that has defensive tackles or another edge rusher. You're bringing them into a better situation because Jets fans, I love you. I'm one of you. You are not going to be patient and you are not going to sit there and say, let the rookie sit. Why aren't we playing him? He's a bust. Oh, why did we draft this guy? He's a bum. They don't know what they're doing. Okay, well, this is the misfortune of having the number 2 pick in a 1 QB ready to play class.
Yes.
So, but we know we'll hear that. And there we go. There's a sack. Let's go. Eat dirt, you piece of shit.
Yeah, I didn't know where they were at the field. I thought that they were in a punt situation, but they went for it on 4th down, which is annoying. So they did not get off the field, as somebody in the chat said. But yeah, I guess I disagree in terms of I would take the quarterback, and I've been saying it since the second I turned on the film of these guys. I think it was mid-October. I would love to go back in the archives. I don't have a Boomtown on my payroll to go back and archive all the things that I've said, but I know as soon as I turned on the film of Dante Moore and Ty Simpson, and even Fernando Mendoza, for what it's worth, in the beginning part of the season, my narrative has been 8 to 16 games. And I'm not pushing that because I don't want to see the quarterbacks play. I just want to see them succeed, right? Especially if they're going to be on the Jets. So Leon reminded me of my phrase, dummy proof the offense. Please do so. Make it a quarterback 3 situation. You have a buffer between him and starting on Sundays. And that's not to say that he's not, a good quarterback, but
Be right back. StreamYard just bugged out on me.
Always StreamYard's fault. But
Yep.
I can't allow the Jets to throw the guy out there week 1 to the Wolves and say, go save the franchise. Now, maybe Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji feel as though their backs are up against the wall to the point where they have to, similar to Brian Daboll and Jackson Dart. I think it was week 3 or week 4 after 3 games or 4 games of Russell Wilson, they pulled the plug, but they had Jameis Winston, right? And I understand people love Dart and what he did for the Giants, even though they sucked with him still. And he brought excitement to the franchise, and he has people believing in Jackson Dart. I feel like they could have switched and went to Jameis Winston after Russell Wilson, and then played out the string a little bit with Jameis, and then started Dart, maybe week 12, and let him play the last 5 or 6 weeks of the season once they were already eliminated from the playoffs. I feel like the Giants did everything right in the process of getting 2 veteran quarterbacks ahead of their rookie. And then they threw shit to the wind and were like, nah, you know what? Jackson, baby, let's go. CTE boys for life, him and Scattaboo. I don't know. I felt like it was so forced. And I'm not saying the Jets are going to be a competent organization and do everything I'm saying, but I'm here providing alternatives for them to not lose their job, right? I don't want to sit here and just give them the easiest path to get fired, which is starting Dante Moore week 1. So Greg Rosenthal did a bit on Badlands. I don't know if you're a subscriber to the Badlands group, Joe and Connor and all them, but he said Kyler Murray is a floor raiser, but it probably eliminates you from taking one of those quarterbacks at the top of the draft. And I would push back and say you can definitely do both, right? Because your plan is to be competitive with a floor raiser type like Kyler Murray, who's at least going to try to be competitive for you in the short term. And then you can get a guy like Marcus Mariota, right? And he has the Oregon connection to Dante Moore. So then you have that really nice buffer as a QB3. I don't care if this franchise drafts a quarterback, gets us excited for the future, and then we watch him in August and then 1 game in January. I'm completely cool with that. That is the path that shows me that you are not a stupid ass franchise anymore and you actually care about the developmental plan for your quarterback. And that's why I think this upcoming week is the most important for the Jets. Once they get Charles London out of here, once they hopefully get Sean Jefferson out of here, the wide receivers coach, and they bring in some much more intriguing, inspiring offensive minds to go around this rookie. And then you see how the chips fall in free agency and then the draft. But yeah, you got to dummy proof this offense because I don't want to see a rookie quarterback in here just thrown to the wolves. And maybe Mendoza's the only week 1 starter, but I wouldn't even hand him the job. I would make him earn it in camp because that Raiders offensive line is mega booty ass cheeks. And I don't know how long he's going to survive if he has to be the week 1 starter. There's rumors coming out about Pete Carroll's son not even being invited to film sessions in Vegas. The offensive line and Genty was watching film with their GM, John Spytek, something that he did with Brady in Tampa Bay, right? Spytek and Brady would gather and watch film together. They're doing that without their offensive line coach in the room. That was a hot mess situation. And I think they have some talented pieces on their offensive line, especially JPJ. But you can't just expect Mendoza to do really well in an environment like Indiana and then come in and be the savior for a Raiders franchise. And that should not be how they operate with Dante Moore if he goes to the Jets.
You're the Raiders. What are you doing? Both are in the draft. Now, Todd McShay said this last week. I'm sure you saw it. If not, and for those of you who didn't, real quick, we got almost 90 of you here watching. Thank you. Hit the like button. Subscribe, folks. We're inching up. We are 13 away from 2,000. Let's see if we can hit that tonight. Alan said we couldn't do it. Alan said we couldn't do it tonight. So everyone in the chat, if you know of Alan, I know you want to prove Alan wrong. Be a part of that historic moment where we all get to celebrate together and say, Alan, haha, you're wrong yet again.
Hey, if you need a recent example of history, yesterday I was at 1293. I put out one tweet and said, I'm 7 away. Let's get there, please. Thank you. I'm at 1324. Anything is possible. So let's smash that subscribe button for our boy Nick.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, sir. Okay. McShay said, if you want to take the quarterback who will look good in year one and do better immediately, you take Mendoza. But if you want to take the quarterback who's going to be better and more successful over the next 10 years, you take Moore. Now, with the Raiders having, just a normal amount of draft picks, they don't have the capital that we have. Can you afford, if you're the Raiders, to take a guy and sit him? And is that, I said that wrong. Can you take the guy like Mendoza who's ready to play and put him behind an offensive line that's not there yet? A lot of people believe that'll be a target, a team that targets AVT to bring him in, to put him on that line. You have JPJ there. You bring in AVT. You use a second or a third rounder to get some support up front. You have a lot of capital finances to spend, right? I'm trying to manifest Mendoza to the Jets at 2. So, me being the Mendoza fan that I am, I think I'm being a little unrealistic at times. So, tell me, give me your non-biased opinion. If you're the Raiders, I don't care what the price is for Hurts. No, I wouldn't take him for free. I wouldn't take Murray for free.
Well, I'm saying this because Alan laughed at me because I said 2 1s and a 2 mid-season is what I think the Eagles would ask for Jalen Hurts. I mean, he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. What is the asking price of Jalen Hurts? Are you trying to lowball them with the Cowboys' 44th overall pick and Howie Roseman's going to hang up on Darren Muji? I don't. That's why I asked. But your question, if I'm the Raiders, what do I do? Or that was what your question was?
Raiders, Moore and Mendoza are there. With what you know on each of these players so far, and the timeline to play, and that Moore looks like he needs some time to sit and learn. And that's why I'm a big proponent of Moore going back to school, because he showed some flashes. But I fully believe he is better off going back to college, getting more experience, and getting the reps, getting the number one reps all through the offseason, all throughout the regular season, playing every game will benefit him so much more than being a backup in the NFL for a year and holding a clipboard.
That's fair. Yeah. No, you could definitely make the case. And I've said this a bunch of times. I think it's always a two-sided argument. I think to pigeonhole yourself into one echo chamber of thought is really wrong in this draft process. If Dante Moore thinks that going back to Oregon and being the starter and making a championship run attempt again is better for his development than being in an NFL offense, which hopefully he will be in for at least minimum 4 to 5 years, then yeah, I can't argue with that take. I don't think it would be to avoid the Jets like Todd McShay was suggesting there, which is funny because he said all that about Dante Moore avoiding the Jets and then put him to the Raiders, a worse offensive infrastructure right now, which is January 11th. And in my opinion, the Jets have more assets to make their offense better than the Raiders. And then the Jets land Mendoza at 2. So it's dude, if you were going to go through with the bid, at least give us Jeremiah Love at 2 overall and really shaft the Jets in your mock draft. Don't give us the better prospect or what we believe is the better prospect. So if I'm the Raiders, one, I see what the influence is of Tom Brady. Is it a 20% say? Is it a 50% say? Does he have majority say? I would say John Spytek has the majority say in that building. Tom still wants to be in the booth for Fox and run the Raiders part-time, help run the Raiders part-time. So like, is his influence on Mendoza actually going to be that infectious on a John Spytek? So if I was the Raiders right now, January 11th, I'm taking Fernando Mendoza, but then I'm also spending so much of my offseason putting that infrastructure around him. I watch a podcast, Joe Marino and Kyle Krabs, the draft dudes, they do Locked On NFL Scouting. And every year after the draft, they do quarterback environments and they grade it based on, coaching, skill position, offensive line, and they do defense as well. And the Jets always grade out so poorly when they had Sam Darnold and when they had Zach Wilson in 2021. This year, I don't think of all the rookie landing spots that the Fernando Mendoza is like, unless Ty Simpson goes to the Rams and sits behind Matthew Stafford and has Sean McVay in his ear, the Jets are like almost by far the most attractive spot for a rookie quarterback at the like realistic spots that you can think of: Arizona, Cleveland, New York, Las Vegas. And I listened to Connor Hughes on SNY with Janae Coakley, and right at the end, he was talking about how aggressive the Jets are going to be this offseason. He said, he's like, they have full autonomy. Woody's going to let them be aggressive. So yeah, I understand Woody was pissed off, but Connor even alluded to it. He's like, they're going to be aggressive. They're going to put a ton of assets into building this team in year 2. My philosophy, or my at least thinking, was when they traded Sauce and Quinnen, that's a philosophical change to go to the offensive side of the ball first. No more race to 20. We're going to, stop them every time. It's not defense first. It's offensive first. I completely
agree with you.
And
you don't trade Quinnen and Sauce to draft a Quinnen and Sauce.
Yeah, we're not getting Brandon Sis or whatever his name is. And
I said that from day one, Dylan. I'm 100% with you.
Yes.
You traded those guys to say, hey, we look at our offense. We can't score. We need to complete this offense. We need multiple Garrett Wilsons, if not someone better than Garrett Wilson. We need another tight end to team with Taylor, even if that bumps Taylor down to your second best tight end. We need to finish the offensive line. We need maybe to replace Breece Hall. We need the quarterback. I am completely fine with going and building the elite offense and then using your free agency money to maybe find some hold the fort guys. Yes. Right? You find a guy who's a defensive tackle who just stuffs the run and is bigger than Phillips, and bring him in for cheaper than Phillips and let him be the guy next to Briggs on rundowns. Get a guy who's a Solomon Thomas type, right? Where you can get him for $6-7 million, who's your pass rushing defensive tackle. Find some guys who bounced around the league, fit what you want to do, fit your ideology. First, Dylan, we got a couple things to get to real quick. Alan, $5 super chat. You were on the wheel for 2 entries, Alan. Good luck to you. Raiders draft more. Please, Jesus. They always go for speed. Argument to help our delusions of getting Mendoza at 2. Love you guys. Alan, love you.
Hell yeah,
your
Alan.
Support, man. Cuddy 217 says, truly think this will end with us trading for a vet. As long as it's not Hurts, as long as it's not small hands Murray in the Northeast, I can't do that.
Can I present 2 situations about Kyler Murray, and maybe it might intrigue you? They cut him. Would you take him if they cut him?
I don't think he would. I think he would be an absolute disaster in the Northeast.
Okay. What if they gave you a second round
indoors?
pick?
The majority of your games indoors. There's games where he is just off. I can't see him playing well in the Northeast. Consistent.
That's fair. What if they gave you a second round pick to take on his contract, and you gave back like a fourth?
How many years are left? What's the how many years? Are left
he's got a void in 2028. But Buffalo Jeff fan and I did the math, and you can get out of it for 2027. Like, you can make it a 1-year deal and you eat a little bit in 2027, but you can get out of it.
You give me a 2? Sure.
That's what I'm saying. So those are the situations.
We have the money. If you can structure it where you're out after 1 year, fine. Because if Murray's the midget that leads us to Manning, okay, I'm sold.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would do it if they gave us a 2, but I would also give him like a slightly bumped up Justin Fields deal, like a 2 for 45, 2 for 50, and you front load it though. You give it all of it in 2026, and then like there's an option and like things that have to be met for 2027 to accelerate that money in. But yeah, I'm not looking at Murray as anything more than a 1-year stopgap. And like Greg said, it's more of a floor raiser. It's more I'm trying to get to this team to 6-6 through 12 games. I don't see Jimmy G doing that. I don't see Gardner Minshew doing that for this team. Now, obviously, you have to really put a good infrastructure around those guys if you wanted to see it that way. But I feel like Kyler Murray is at least a improved version of Justin Fields last year, where it was like pick your mid, where like Kyler Murray is like mid with like flashes of, okay, maybe something. And I get it. It's not the popular pick. And is he going to stand on his tippy toes and throw it over the offensive line every time in the cold, in the wind,
keep
in
saying
the weather?
Floor raiser, and I'm like, this dude is very close to the floor. Like Murray is so
ironically,
he's not getting off it unless Membu picks him up after a touchdown. That's the only way he's getting off.
Rafiki and Simba on the rock, and then he throws the pass.
Let him go. Boomtown says, define disaster to compare to what we just watched this season.
Is he talking to you?
I'll answer it. I think I have a good reply. Disastrous enough. That's the number 1 pick, and you don't have to trade up next year. That would be a bigger disaster. The worst team in football, not just the emotionally distraught team in football. But I don't want that. I want to see this team start to improve. You know, we would be remiss if we don't mention the Cowboys or the Packers, right? The Colts.
Mm-hmm.
Colts not having a quarterback situation. You know, that could be a place where I think Kyler Murray would be a better fit than here. It's a dome, right? Your road games are, Tennessee, Jacksonville, Houston, in division. So I think that should be a team. But how are you going to trade? We got your 2 1s. So you might have to do you pay us to take the contract off your hands if you're the Colts. But the Colts being bad next year is just as important as where we're picking, right? The Colts were 1-7, 2-8 since Charles Gorman declared his allegiance to the Colts. Charles, I'm glad you're home. We do have breaking news. Charles Gorman single-handedly made it from Woodbridge, New Jersey into Manhattan to T-squared, back from T-squared to Penn Station, got on the correct train, and was getting off at Metro Park when he called me before to let me know that he was home, because that's what a good son does. So
we're watching our young man grow up right in front of our eyes.
Now, I'm not watching the game because I think having the game streaming glitched out my StreamYard. How are we with the game? What happened?
They're 4th and 2. They're kicking a field goal, but they're like inside the 10-yard line. So like it's a chip shot field goal for Cameron Dicker. He's lining up right now.
What's the score?
It'll be 3-3 if he connects.
So they held them. My thing glitched out when they were driving on that, when they started.
Oh yeah, and I went on a whole like solo talk about the quarterback, so I wasn't even paying attention. So yeah, hopefully kick is up. It is easily good. 3-3.
Awesome. Now we got a super chat from Joe the Jet G. Says, sign Kirk, draft Ty Simpson for a year. Woody Johnson seems to be a very spiteful MFer.
You think?
Kirk Cousins burned him years ago, and I think he'll remember that.
And laughed about it on his documentary a couple months later.
I don't think Kirk Cousins is an option. I don't think Woody will even allow them to go negotiate with him. So I think that's a pipe dream. And that offseason, I was very vocal. That 2018 offseason, I was sign Kirk Cousins, draft Quentin Nelson. That was my plan. I argued for months on Facebook and in the Jets groups, right back before it was on YouTube. Sign Cousins, draft Nelson.
Yeah, I wanted him and Le'Veon so bad.
It was bulletproof. Sign Cousins to a 3-year deal. Give him the 90, 75, 90, whatever it was going to be back then, and go draft Quentin Nelson and go start to build a very good offense. But, Cousins milked us and got the deal from Minnesota, and I don't think Woody will go back to that route. But we just hit over 100 of you watching. Folks, update. We are right now 11 away from 2,000. I'm sure there are 11 of you watching right now that are not subscribers to the channel. Please join the Nick Shine Show. And then look at the pinned link. That's Dylan Tereman's show. Go join his show as well. Let's make this offseason fantastic for us, and we will give it back to you with daily shows, weekly shows, anything you want, but not that, Johnny boy. Stop typing. I know where your mind is. Also, You see super chats coming in. $5 and up. Gifted memberships get you on the wheel. Super Bowl Sunday, you see it on the bottom. If you are someone who says, hey, I don't want to give money to YouTube, I'd rather send it to you directly, Nick. Venmo's down there. Cash App and PayPal are down there as well. You will receive more raffle entries that route because you're not paying the mafia tax. So I know some people ask, and I wanted to put that info out there. But if you do send it that route, let me know who you are, because your real name on your Venmo or Cash App is probably not the name that you have on YouTube. So also, again, big shout out, huge shout out to Quick Check and this banana pudding coffee. I don't think I've ever had anything that tasted better or has energized me like this.
That's awesome.
And Boomtown, I saw your comment earlier about Tim Hortons is shaking their head. They're not, because I picked up 4 12-packs of the Tim Hortons maple today because it was on sale at ShopRite for $4.99. I had my nephew carrying out 4 boxes to the truck as I picked up dinner with some chicken. So don't worry, I will never turn my back. But when I'm out on the road and I'm not at school and I'm able to go stop at a Quick Check, I'm going to enjoy myself.
Quick Check is elite coffee. I love it.
It's very good. Elite is Adirondack Fly Guy, who gifted a membership that went to Marvelous 33. You are marvelous. Clancy, that doesn't happen. I don't get that. I've changed my diet so much that drinking coffee does not affect me.
Nope.
3-4 days without going. It's wild.
Okay, that might be a problem, but the only thing that made me with coffee was when I paired it with a cigarette.
Oh, yeah. That's like basically pushing a button to evacuate.
Yeah, but coffee independently, no. I quit smoking. No, I was a smoker from 14 to 22. I smoked a pack a day every day, and then I quit cold turkey. Woke up, got a tonsil stone, and I've been, what was that, 22? I'm almost 31. So 9 years. 9 years, no smoking. Well, no smoking cigarettes.
Diabetes in a cup. There's no sugar in it, and I use sugar-free creamer. What are we talking about?
I was gonna say, are you a black, a splash of creamer?
I'm a white. I don't know if you noticed this. I'm a white. I don't know how the lighting is here, how I'm coming off on YouTube, or how dim your viewers.
I walked right into that. I need to adjust the brightness on my computer.
Yes,
I've been wrong about you this whole time, my brother.
Many women have heard my voice and thought otherwise, so no judgment here. But I do love the Coffee Mate sugar-free creamers. Whether it's the sweet Italian cream is my go-to. If that one's there, then that is my go-to.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I like, and this is a complete separate maybe Alan should join in on this one, but I don't know if soybean oil or palm oil is better for me, so I've been going with the
Alan
soybean
is a big
oil.
fan of palm oil. Huge fan of palm oil.
I walked
into
you guys
are wondering what I'm talking about.
That guy fucked me twice.
Palm oil, big fan.
I walked into 2 of them.
That guy fucked me twice.
You gotta play the clip twice. You have to. It's just natural.
Oh, you said I walked into 2 of them. So did he.
That guy fucked me twice.
Oh, but I'm trying to decide which one's better. So I'm like in between some creamers, but yeah, I always go for the sugar-free ones and things like that. But it's like just a splash. It's not like my more creamer than coffee, you know?
I don't know if you could see the.
Yeah, that's about where I'm at. That's about where I'm at. You know how they do like the toast test, like how burnt do you like your toast? How black do you like your coffee? Like yeah. I'm like a almost middle, one away from the middle, leaning towards black.
Okay. All right. Now, let's see. We got 103 of you watching right now. Let's see where we're at with the likes. We're at 67, folks. Dylan, how much longer do I have you for? I know we're excited. I know we're watching the game. I know you said about an hour. I wanted to check in with you.
We could go 20-ish more minutes, like around like hour and a half mark. I'll probably have to hop off. I'm supposed to go back to work tomorrow. I'm waiting to hear from my boss. He's flying back in from Eastern Europe. He was attending a funeral, so I'm hoping that everything's okay with him. But there's a chance I might not work tomorrow, but I need to at least be prepared in case I am working tomorrow.
Okay. Joe the Jet G says Carson Beck in round 2, round 3.
I take him on 3, but we don't have a third.
We don't have a 3.
That's why I said it. I don't know. I'm not a big Carson Beck fan. I'll be completely honest. And I've been wrong about quarterbacks before, right? I'll be completely transparent. Before I started watching the guys on film was the 2018 season, and I really like Josh Rosen. He was all around an asshole, though. So, like, it didn't really – sorry, Weenie. But it didn't really matter. But once I started watching the guys on film, I don't know. I couldn't really get with Beck. And he's had some issues where he throws his teammates under the bus before. I don't know how much of a great leader he is. So – if you're going to say Kyler Murray's not a good leader, we probably have to at least entertain the fact that Carson Beck might not be a great leader either. But yeah, he makes good throws. I feel like he's a day 3 pick.
I feel that he, and I say this as a Georgia fan, and I said this before Miami, Johnny Boy, Clancy, who we've had many talks, others in the Discord before he even went to Miami. He reminds me of Mark Sanchez. He will make the most beautiful throw in the tightest window, and it's perfect. And then he will miss a wide open guy. He will underthrow him. It will sail. He won't trust his eyes. He'll move his feet. Like I just don't see. And he's been in college for so long. Like who's his receiver? The 17-year-old, number 10 on that team. I don't know his name, but he's the freshman.
He's got the worst name to possibly have as a wide receiver.
Malachi Tony.
Yeah.
It's
Corley and Tony's illegitimate son.
He was 10 years old when Carson Beck started college. So
that's incredible.
You should be a lot better by now, damn it.
That's incredible. Yeah, I just don't think the progression has been there for how long he's been in college. And like he was the number 1 pick in the way too early mock drafts entering 2025. Him and Quinn Ewers. Obviously, he transfers out of Georgia and goes to Miami after Cam Ward. It didn't look like Cam Ward last year at Miami. And I know they're 2 different players stylistically, but like I don't even think it looked close. Like Cam Ward on this Miami team, that would be scary. With like what they have, because their defense obviously developed and got better. Mario Cristobal, that physicality. Like Carson Beck is a really good game manager. So yeah, to the point of the Mark Sanchez comp, I feel like that's really accurate, right? He throws that beautiful, oh my God, he's so special. And then the next play, it's like, what the heck was that? So I have to do the full tape study on Carson. I don't really want to. I've been very reluctant about it. I'm doing Chambliss first, and then I'm doing Dante Moore.
Say that again.
I'm studying Chambliss first.
No, that's not what you said.
And then I'm studying.
I'm doing Chambliss first, and then I'm doing Dante Moore.
That guy fucked me twice.
Yeah.
Did I say I had 20 minutes left? I meant 20 seconds.
Oh, you're done? Time expired?
No, I'm studying Chambliss first, and then I'm studying Dante Moore, which, I mean, I've done all the study on Dante Moore, and then I will study Carson Beck because he is eligible for this class. So, I mean, it's hard for me to say he might even crack my top 5. Like he might be the 5th in a group of, 4 and then Carson Beck. So
I can't look at Carson Beck and take him seriously.
He's the 3rd island boy.
He's that. And I'm doing my best right now to get it.
I don't like making fun of another man's looks because I am not all that handsome, but
I am, so I'll do it.
There you go. Carson Beck, if you remove the tattoos, he is the 3rd island boy.
Real quick, Clancy, member of the channel for 18 months. Thank you. Clancy, admin in the Discord, moderator on YouTube, legendary shiner. Thank you, Clancy says. 2026, here we go. The year the foundation gets built. Hold on. In a world where the Jets foundation gets built. Couple stories as well. This year, we cleaned out the rubbish. Let Muji cook. AG will improve. Thank you, Clancy. Also, if you are a shiner, we do have a Muji as a chef emoji. I know we did that way back when the contract extensions were done. But now, when I'm looking at Carson Beck, do you know who I see? I see Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
I see Shaggy. Zoink, Scoobs! Like that's what I see when I look at him. Like without him trying to be a badass with the face paint on, I just I'm looking for the goofy dog to be next to him.
So you're saying if there's a mystery to solve, he's going to be in the basement with a dog getting high, eating sandwiches?
Yeah, and with that face, the question might be, "Why are you gay?"
I love that guy.
I know he's got a pretty
you are gay.
girlfriend. She goes to Miami. She's
She's
a
hot.
cheerleader. He went there to be with her, but 2026. Having a girlfriend doesn't necessarily mean you're straight. So I look at that face and yeah, there's a lot going on there. Oh, Dylan, come on, man.
I hate saying it, but he said
What?
Chambliss at 44, and I said it's still a reach. So I hate to do it. When it comes to the draft,
Certified size queen. I can't have a quarterback at 6'1" when you've got 6'5", 6'6" offensive linemen. I can't do it. The windows are small enough in the NFL with how fast the defenders are. I can't have my quarterback waiting, and I can't have you devising up your blocking schemes to open up a window for a quarterback to throw in, because they'll try to scheme defensively to fill those gaps and get their hands up. And I don't want to see batted ball after batted ball going down. And when you're 6'1", that's why Chambliss breaks the pocket so much, because he can't hit the windows and he can't make the throws when the guys are open. And when you watch the film, I think you're going to see the Zach Wilson, the loop-de-loo, Johnny Manziel, the loop-de-loo. You can get away with that shit in college. That don't work in the NFL. That's a 15-yard loss.
I watched his Georgia game this morning. I pulled 15 clips for the channel. And I agree with you, Clancy. 6'2", 6'3" is the minimum threshold for me. We don't need a Short Kings fan club like there was Justin Fields, right? We don't need the Short Kings fan club for Trinidad. But there was a play against Georgia. He did the Zach Wilson, and he bailed out of the back of the pocket. And he ran backwards 20 yards. And then he cut to the short side of the field and hit a check down. But it was no. Yes, great. And it's that happens a little too much because of his size. And they end up getting him out of the pocket on the move, and they change his launch points and stuff, but that's to mitigate the size. Also Ole Miss's offense, somebody who has a better eye for what translates to the NFL needs to tell me, but is Ole Miss one of the worst offenses that translates to the NFL? I just feel it's not a pro style offense. They run a lot of tempo, a lot of heavy RPOs with weird formations, and I don't know, man. I don't know if it's a weird, it's a college style offense. And if you have a short person in there, I don't know how you can watch it and say this is going to translate. So Trinidad is fun. He's a good player. I think the ball comes off his hand nice. He had that great pre-snap diagnosis against Miami, where he saw number 0 coming off the left guard, and then he hit the corner route to the tight end for a touchdown, and they went up points. Obviously they lost the game, but yeah, I mean, he's okay, but he's maybe a late second round pick. And I don't know, are the Jets really going to get him? I'm not sure. That doesn't seem like the best asset.
It's all fair. I am a big proponent of my first 4 picks have to be guys that I can start. That's how bad our roster is before free agency hits. If we go and we get a defensive tackle and we get a starting safety and we get a good 1A, 1B somehow in free agency or via trade, then all right, I could change my view on the draft in April, right? Also, draft news: Atlantic City confirmed. We'll do the Jake draft party Thursday night. We're going to Atlantic City. Talk to Lou B. Lou B will have a party for us Saturday night at his club, VIP table, bottles for everyone, whatever you need. Lou B hooking it up. We're going to have an awesome setup and time down in Atlantic City. So get together with a group, get your room, whatever you want to do. But shout out to Lou B. Talked to him this morning. He's like, Nick, whatever you guys want, tell me how many people. If it's a small group, if it's a large group, whoever comes down, we'll get something hooked up at one of the sports books. He goes, I'll call my people. He does events every weekend down in Atlantic City and says, hell yeah, we're in. If we go, he's hooking us up big time.
My testimonial about Lou B from Tampa being a victim of his bottle service and bottle girls down at that Tampa Marina bar club thing that we were at. Yeah, that will be fun. Lou B knows how to hook it up. He is the man for that, for sure. I appreciate Lou a lot. He's a great guy and one of the best Jets fans out there, honestly.
Awesome. You know what I love about good friends is that good friends will do anything for you.
Mhm.
Addison is the most recent person in my DM text. So I shot that picture of Carson Beck to him just to get that up and on screen.
Mhm.
And he sent me back 2 pictures of Mikey Midnight. And then I was like, oh, Carson Beck. I'm like, context. Carson Beck is Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Mhm.
What does Addison do immediately? Oh, let's get this here. And put you here. Bang. There you go. Hey, you don't even have to change his face. It's just the outfit to put him in the Shaggy. You don't have to change his face. You just have to put the outfit on him. So shout out to Addy. Appreciate you.
That's great.
Yeah. So here's a good question. All right. This is from Double Down. Shout out to Double Down. First time seeing your name in the chat. Welcome. Do you guys believe that Glenn can drop his philosophy from an old school smash mouth offense to more modern style, or will he dig his heels in? I'm going to take this one first, if you don't mind, Bill.
Sure.
I don't think that he's married to anything. I think the offense was so bad that we never got a really true read on what he wanted to be. He brought in Engstrand, who was the passing coordinator for a very good downfield passing attack in Detroit. Never happened with Fields. We saw glimpses of it in Pittsburgh. I was there in Cincinnati. It looked good for moments in the Cincinnati game. I think when you get a quarterback who can run your scheme and you have this offensive line and you can play complementary football with run, with play action, with RPOs, with waggles, and you get Engstrand in a rhythm and you get him cooking and you can see what his scheme is, I think we're going to be much, much better off long term. Dylan, thoughts? Like, I just wanted to say this. I don't think Glenn says we have to do this. I think this season fucking humbled Aaron Glenn. And I think all options are on the table. I think everything should be up for negotiation because who you wanted to be and who you were was pathetic. So you can't go, hey, man, we're running it back. We're not changing anything. That's how you get fired.
We're 9 toes down with this same style of offense.
Too soon, bro. Too soon.
We're an hour and 17 in, and you got
June 30th,
me on...
2023 was Tomageddon. What the fuck are we doing? An hour 17 in. I'm still not over June 30th, 2023 yet. And just so you know, you're getting some pictures to pop up in your phone. When the toe was open. Yes. Clancy, Knob, other guys, they know what it looks like. And
hell yeah.
I'm not going to send it to you randomly where you can delete it. We're going to be in a random conversation about the Jets, about life, about maybe politics. And when I see the 3 dots flashing and I know you're typing, bloop, open toe wound popping in, baby.
So you know that I'm looking.
I know
right
that you
phone.
can't. That you have no choice. You can't play defense on that one.
Oh God, that's awful.
Before I move on and kick that question to you, shout out to my buddy Dale, new member of the channel, Dale Schneider, lifelong friend. We met freshman year in homeroom in the fall of 1992, and somehow this lunatic is still friends with me. Dale, I love you. Appreciate your support. You're the best. Draft weekend, Dale. I just made the announcement. NFL draft weekend, Friday the 24th and Saturday the 25th, Atlantic City. You better be there.
92.
We're going to be staying at the Hard Rock. Lou's going to confirm everything, but I believe events might be at Ocean. Hard Rock might be where we're staying. So more news to come. I promise you guys, as I get the info, always, all chips are in. I push it over to you. But Dale, you're in the raffle for 2 entries for the Joe Namath item on Super Bowl Sunday. Now, I kick this back to you. This fucking coffee is amazing. I may never sleep again.
That's awesome. Real quick, I needed to follow up. 92, and I don't want to be rude. That was high school, freshman year?
Yeah.
Okay. I just didn't know if it was college. I don't know. I'm just asking.
Freshman year, high school, baby. I'm not that fucking old. Calm down.
That's why I asked.
Do the math. Do the math.
I'm not a math guy. I don't know how old you are.
Do the fucking math.
I was gonna say you were
Text
50.
Jake.
So
The two of you could figure it out together. Maybe. I'm not
I was
confident.
gonna say you
Neither
were
one of you are
50.
math guys.
I was gonna say you were 50, so it would have been right there. So you're 47. Oh my god, you would have said I'm like 22 when you first met me. So like it's going
I
the
did
other
say
way.
you were 22. That's the compliment. 50
I
is
know,
the
I
fucking
know.
insult.
I know.
How is your brain operating right now, thinking that those are the right words to choose and
I'm saying
aligning
we
in a
were
sentence?
both wrong on each other's ages. I was closer. You were 8 years off for me. I was 3 years off for you. We were just the
Yeah,
other
but when
way.
you're 47, bro, you don't want to be
You don't want to
affiliated with
be
50.
50.
I'm
no.
young at heart, man. Like I would rather be affiliated with 40 than 50. But
100%. But yes,
All
to
right.
answer this question, and I think I was asked this similar question on Jake's show, and I
Mhm.
answered it like this: I'm not giving Engstrand a pass for Justin Fields because I do think there was an element of him and Muji and Glenn collaboratively deciding on Justin Fields to be the quarterback. But let's just play devil's advocate for a second here. What if AG came in and said, "This is my show. I understand that we're all in this together, but I'm going to go get the quarterback that I see fit for my team." And he somewhat hamstrung a Justin Fields to a Tanner Engstrand. What are the things that Tanner Engstrand talks about with his offense? Drop back footwork, timing, getting to the back of your drop and throwing to your first read. And if it's not there, you do a hitch to the second read. That is what Tanner Engstrand's offense is predicated on. What are the things Justin Fields sucks at? Drop back timing, playing within the structure of the offense, getting to the back of his drop and throwing the ball to his first read. I don't think Justin Fields was a very good marriage for Tanner Engstrand, and I guess I'm slightly assuming that it might have been an arranged marriage through AG. And this year, like you said, it humbled AG, and now it's going to be a much more of a collaborative approach. And they go get a guy who's more of a stylistic, like Bo Nix, right? And you can coach a guy up that way inside this offense. So I do think that there is going to be, and there were concepts of a plan for this offense to look more modern. And they ran, 3-by-1 out of tight bunches, and they ran tight end motion across, and then they had a 3-by-1 with a screen attached to it, and they had the two tight ends blocking out in space. So like when I did the early season film dive before Justin Fields went to absolute crap, there were definitely like elements and bones of like, okay, this is a potential RPO, but look at this backside screen. And then they also have the front side glance into it too. So there is certainly modern concepts within Tanner Engstrand's game. And when he got into his bag, when Tyrod Taylor was the quarterback, and obviously not Brady Cook, but you could see the playbook open up completely when Tyrod Taylor was the quarterback. I mean, Justin Fields was the quarterback. They won a game on a running back pass, right? They had Austin McNamara throwing fourth down passes to Malachi Moore, right? Because they didn't trust Brady Cook. So I think if you want to believe in Tanner Engstrand, and I think he's a slight net positive, right? If we're grading him, he's a slight net positive. There are definitely modern elements to Tanner Engstrand that I like, but you have to get a quarterback that fits his style of play. And I think Adante Moore fits that style of play. And then, yes, you can make the point that a Jimmy G could fit that style of play because he just gets to the back of his drop and throws it. But he throws hospital balls and he's old and he gets hurt. So like there's so many bad elements of Jimmy G as well. So yeah, let's maybe move away from, okay, we want a dual threat guy who's going to run the zone read 19 times a game and probably get 8 of those 19 reads actually correct. Like the Pittsburgh game, we were there and we saw like 5 or 6 zone read attempts by Justin Fields. I would say like 3 or 4 of them were the wrong read. And he either made something work out of nothing or Breece Hall made something work out of nothing on a bad read. So you gotta assume that they're going to be way more collaborative with Tanner Engstrand this year and allow him to have influence on the decision, because he's going to be Mike LaFleur 2.0. And I don't think he's Mike LaFleur, but that mold of he's going to be the scapegoat in year 2 because you've hamstrung him with a really terrible quarterback. So I agree. It's got to be way more modern. And I think there's glimpses of it being more modern. I don't think the run game is always going to be their bread and butter, I think. But if you can use the pass to set up the run instead of vice versa, then yeah, now we're talking about an offense that lives in this current era of football.
Well, when you have the quarterback and you got trips, you got the bunch set, and you're running all your different routes to create the opening, and you have the quarterback who can read, react, and release on time. Well, now guess what? Your linebackers can't overly aggressive play the run. They can't blitz. They're going to have to drop into their zones, or they're going to have to flare out to account for the running back or whoever it may be. You're going to get yourself more time as a passer. When you know the defense and the coaches know you can't read, react, and release, guess what? They're going to bring pressure. Guess what? They're going to confuse you. And then you're holding the ball and the pass rush gets home. So I really believe Mendoza is the guy who knows what to do with the ball. Dylan, he's had 5 games this year. 5 this year with more touchdown passes than incompletions. There's only been 2 quarterbacks since the year 2000 that had 2 games like that in a season. He's had 5 this year. He's smart. He's efficient. He knows where to go with the ball. He throws with anticipation. And now something that I wish we would have saw is more, pun intended, of Garrett Wilson with Mitchell and Mechie, and 3 really good, speedy guys together and running those stacks and running those sets and running those breakouts from there. But we wouldn't have a really good read on it with our quarterback. Shout out to Alfredo, Raider Nation for life. Our resident Raider fan says, stay away from Jimmy G for Garrett Wilson's sake. Now, I know some of you like to play puzzles, Wordle, games like that. If you rearrange the letters in Alfredo, Raider Nation for life, it says the Raiders won't take Dante. The Raiders will take Dante Moore. You guys get Mendoza. That's exactly what it comes out to. Don't question me. It's the truth. Trust me. I am a Wordle
Trust me,
player
bro.
extraordinaire. That's it. Trust me, bro.
Trust me, bro. I just did a quick search because I wanted to see how often Fernando pushed the ball down the field. And I don't always trust AI overview, so I'll have to go back and check.
Okay.
But they have Fernando at 43 pass attempts of over 20-plus air yards in 13 games. So that is an average of less than 3 per game, right? Or no, it's a little bit more than 3 per game.
Give it to me again.
43
Give me the comment again.
43 air yard 20-plus air yard attempts in 13 games.
20-plus air yard attempts.
He has 43 in 13 games.
43 and 13. Yeah, it's like 3.4.
So it's like 3.2 per game. And again, it's AI overview on Google, so I don't know what the validity of it is, but I would be interested to see how that stacks up with the rest of the class, because I think Dante Moore stretches the ball down the field a little bit more, and that plays more into Tanner Engstrand's strengths. What is the element, and I'll throw this to you, what is the element of Curt Cignetti where if Fernando does not have Curt Cignetti, that he continues to have 5 touchdown, 3 incompletion games?
Well, I think it's good when Cignetti, all of his players are as old as him, and they've known each other for 40 fucking years.
Yeah, that's true.
I think there's a common knowledge there of what they want to do stylistically.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, they run a lot of zone read too, just to keep you honest.
Yeah, they. I don't know. I just feel that Indiana took advantage of the perfect storm of older players and put together this, and it doesn't have a lot of staying power. And I could see Cignetti bouncing out very quickly to go try to do that somewhere else. But if you go and you dominate this final game and you win the championship, well, guess what? Now you got the pedigree to start doing that, right? When Saban got 1, now everyone was like, I got to go there. That guy's going to get me to the NFL. Oh, maybe they're going to give me some money on the side that no one's supposed to know about. But now you can do that openly. And if Indiana goes and commits to being that type of team, I mean, you could have a hell of a program there. But I do like Cignetti. I love that he's never satisfied. I love that he's always pedal to the metal. Like, even if you're up, what happened?
Giving you the eyebrow when they're up 38-6, and
the only fucking cool thing he's ever done was to McAfee. He coming
out of the tunnel. Coming out of the tunnel.
Don't worry. Like, that was the most fucking chill I've ever seen him. Other than that, he's like a miserable curmudgeon.
Yeah, he did say post game on the field interview, he was like, I'm just looking forward to having a beer. I'm like, all right. There's human elements of Curt Cignetti here. Great.
Shout out to the big fella. Thank you for the super chat, sir. If there is one guy that shouldn't be wearing Bible verses on his face tape, it's Stephon Diggs.
Oh boy, is he really?
I mean, when you are with that lady and all the guys that have run through her like the Lincoln Tunnel on a holiday weekend, I mean, you need to
like
pray
Dylan
to God
Donahue
too.
in the Lincoln Tunnel?
Huh?
Like Dylan Donahue in the Lincoln Tunnel? Going through it drunk and backwards?
Oh, I didn't know the name reference. I know
That's our
I
fifth
know
round pick. Remember that long blonde haired linebacker from the McCown
Yes.
era? And he
Okay.
drove backwards drunk through the Lincoln Tunnel.
Did he make it all the way through?
I don't know. I pray he didn't.
I
I don't think he made it all the way through his first contract with the Jets.
Wow, I forgot about that one. Very
I only
good.
know because it's my name.
Do you remember? And shout out to Y2K, New York Sports Wicker Media.
Mm-hmm.
He does the wheel, and he has all these players on the wheel, and you blind rank them. Can any Jet fan, besides Knob and Johnny and people who've watched the show and know of him, do you remember Dimitri Patterson?
Is he a cornerback?
Do you remember the story of Dimitri Patterson?
Didn't we
Showed up to training camp, was a member of the team, and just left. Like no one ever heard from him.
Yes,
Like,
yeah, he just went
was
AWOL.
gone
Yeah,
overnight.
yeah.
He's
Mhm.
like, nope, never showed up, never came back, no announcement. Everyone's like, where the fuck's Dimitri Patterson? And he was gone. But
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Shout out to Bino. He's in the raffle with 2 entries. Says Nicholas, watching the Chargers and Patriots, Collinsworth clearly wouldn't object to giving May a reach around. I don't think it would be a reach around because I think he would be front and center, squared up, both of his eyes staring at the one-eyed monster. Collinsworth, in a game that's 6-3, you can't have that great a quarterback play. So I don't know what he could be drooling over right now.
Yeah,
But
I don't even think it
6-3
would.
at the half.
I don't even think it would be a OTPHJ. It would be a full on
What the fuck was that?
over the pants hand job.
All right. Oh,
I wouldn't even think it'd be that. It'd be a full on hand jibber.
Q Bobby.
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
Tremendous. You had those initials and you did them so fast. I'm like, what's the audible? I don't even know what you want me to. What route am I running? You're like ODBGJ.
OTPHJ.
Did you see on Twitter what they call Caleb Williams?
The Iceman?
LGBTQB1.
Oh my gosh. Could you imagine though losing to a guy that paints his nails? He's a stud, man. I don't honestly like I'm cool with like a clear coat. I know some people are into like manicuring and clear coating their nails. I don't know about the whole purple pink stuff that he does, but it's gotta be tough when you lose to a guy and you see him and he's talking about this and that and he's got purple hands. It's kind of funny.
I will say this. As a fan of a team that struggles to win throughout history, as a fan of a team that has been a doormat for division rivals, as a fan of a team, and you can put throughout history the Bears and the Jets, very similar, right? Bears have been bottom feeders. They've had some spikes throughout their history. Winning against your rival, coming back, breaking their heart, embarrassing them, maybe getting their coach gone, and then wearing cheese grater hats on the prime set and fucking grating cheese.
Can we talk about the actual?
Can you imagine the Jets beating the Bills and fucking sitting there eating buffalo wings and fucking throwing the wings into the crowd? That would be the equivalent, right?
That would. How do you get a cheese grater in when we have a clear bag policy in NFL stadiums?
How do you do it? How do you do it?
How is that not a weapon? Like, I'm not trying to be
you
like.
You can't bring a grinder in for your weed. How you getting a fucking cheese grater in?
That's what I'm saying. It's literally the same thing. Thank you. Thank you. How did that
Shout
pass
out
the
to
metal
all the
detector?
Yeah.
Like,
how do you get that? What else do we have?
Did a chef in the stadium give that to the fan because, like, hey man, they're gonna put you on camera if you take this, and they put him on camera every time something happened for the Bears.
Shout out to Jetman, love what he does, and the Giants license plate guy. Have you ever seen a license plate? It can be a weapon if you go slice somebody. How you bring them license plates into a goddamn game?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, we won't see. Is it Jetman or is it Captain Jet? Which one's not renewing?
Captain Jet.
Oh, okay.
Ray Hoffman.
Gotcha.
Now,
Unfortunate.
I'm friends with him on Facebook. I've met him a
Mhm.
couple times. I've spoken to him. We've DM'd. He was very vocal on Facebook. He's like, I'm not turning my back on the team. But as an older gentleman on a fixed income, paying $2,600 a year for my ticket with no
Mhm.
return on it isn't worth it. Now, I think that an idea that I've had is maybe Jets fans come together, help him out, and keep him in the stadium. Keep him in for the games. It's my
Mhm.
first time saying this publicly, but I think that's somebody that should be there, and I would be willing to chip in $50, to help Ray maintain his seats.
It's
But
fair. Yep.
some people might just deny that offer and just say no, thank you. But he does a lot for people. He makes his helmets. He just made one for Fireman Ed for the finale. He's a part of the fan culture that we have, and
Mhm.
if he wants to go, he should be there. So
Yeah. We should
maybe
have
I will
more of
reach
those
out to him and
people.
ask that.
Yeah.
We've
More.
done things in the past we got Hank G to his first home game down here. We've helped out others in our community, but if you're a Jet fan, you know who Ray is. You know Captain Jet.
Yep.
So maybe I'll reach out to him and see if that's something we put together this offseason.
Yeah, I think we need more people like him in the fan base rather than
Yeah.
less. And that's the type of stuff that hopefully makes our owner wake up, smell the banana cream coffee, and hopefully
Banana pudding, bro. Come on. And we're almost out.
sorry. And
Folks, hit the like button. Subscribe if you have not already. Let's get an update. We are still 11 away. So do your part. 95 of you watching. I'm sure there's 11 of you that are not subscribers right now.
yeah, I'm subscribing
Subscribe to
right
the
now,
channel.
so we should be 10
Oh,
away.
you just joined now? Oh,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You know I wouldn't do that to you, Nick. I'm not a Gorman. I don't unsubscribe and subscribe 5 times over. I'm a lifelong shiner here for
You're
sure.
welcome. Appreciate having you, sir. You're a nice
course.
guy. Now, I know you got to go. You feel free to go any
Mhm.
moment. I appreciate the time that you did give. I'm going to throw it out to the chat now. Let's see how many likes we're at.
Let's do a call or two.
All right, we're at 81.
What time is
Shout
it?
out to you guys.
Yeah, it's
The
9:45.
goal on Sunday nights, let's get to 100. So let's get some callers. Let's get your takes. Tell us what you think. You want to shit on the Patriots? Go ahead. I'll give you X-Lax. Go nuts. No holes barred. Whatever you need, let it out, folks. Let it rain down brown chunks on the New England Patriots and their fans. Do a Gorman. Drop a beast. Unleash a Bobby. Whatever you want to do on the Patriots, do it. Now's your Ooh, excuse me.
I'm sorry if I hear the turd drop in the water like Gorman did in that restaurant bathroom. I will leave the studio.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Verbally. Oh, fuck.
Warning.
Before I take care of you, Dylan,
Oh yeah.
Nick, I
Take care of
really-
me. I don't like the sound of that, Alan.
I'm
not for the
sorry.
reasons that you
that
think.
guy fucked me twice.
Coming
Nick, I
in as
enjoyed
the
the
aggressor.
Nick, I enjoyed the chat today. I really did. But that performance by Josh Allen Avatal today was utter brilliance.
Do you wish you were Haley Steinfeld, my bro?
No, I actually like Justin Herbert's girlfriend better.
But do you wish you were Haley so that
Yeah,
you
then
could
you could
No,
say
play
I
in
don't
bed
like
with
Josh.
Josh?
No, I appreciate great quarterback because I know the Jets will never have one in my lifetime. So I appreciate it. So,
Okay.
quick question, Dylan.
I don't think that's the flex you
Wait,
think.
we got a
here.
question from
Okay.
you first.
Okay. Let's say
What the
Dylan.
fuck, man?
Let's say.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I had to
ladies
drop
and
that.
gentlemen,
Oh
stop
shoot!
the presses. Timeout.
Alan
Unlike
won on
Robert
the
Saleh.
Alan
Unlike
won on
Robert
the power
Saleh,
rankings.
we know how to use timeouts here.
Alan won in the power
Alan.
rankings.
I can't give memberships, but you can gift them with this if you like. Alan,
Hell yeah!
you are the man. I appreciate you. You were in the raffle for 20 entries with this. You're the man, Alan. if you're ever lost in the Florham Park parking lot again, can't find your car, just know I will pull up and try to help you like I did last time. We were at the 2024 training camp together, and Alan got dropped off in the wrong lot. I felt horrible,
Ah,
but Alan, I appreciate you. You whatever you want.
Two
You wanna
comments.
call in,
This is
you
for
come
Dylan.
on. We will bump this Alan immediately for the good Alan.
adjust the power rankings.
So you're trading a number 2 for a guy who's making $35 million. I mean, you want just a 2 because it would be $35 million his deal, Kyler Murray.
I just watched the team pay Justin Fields that
Okay.
money.
I
Yes,
am not
would take-
giving.
I
Kyler
understand
Murray-
you don't. I get that.
And
That's
Nick,
fine.
you would not give him $35 million.
Who?
Kyler Murray.
I wouldn't give him 10.
Okay. Good.
It's also
I-
not my money to care
Small
about.
hands, small guy, Northeast. He won't make November here.
I agree with that. Now, so here's the comment, Dylan. Let's say Dante declares
Mhm.
and the Jets pick him at 2. Okay.
Mhm.
How much confidence do you have with this regime if they start the season, let's say 1-6, that they don't go and say, you know what? I have a 21-year-old kid on the bench, obviously not ready to play, but I want to save my fucking jobs. Let me throw him out there. You're not worried about that?
That's why I say make him QB3. And also it depends what does the job situation look like? Because I understand that we all put Aaron Glenn on the hot seat, rightfully so, from a fan perspective, but I would have to understand Woody's mindset because I don't think they draft a quarterback number 2 with the hopes of sitting him all year just to flip that in 6 weeks into the season, right? Like, I don't think the Maras were told by Brian Dable, hey, we're going to sit this guy as long as possible.
By the way, Jackson Dart had many more starts.
That's
then.
okay. That's fine. They also looked pretty bad under Jackson Dart too. Like they didn't win many games, so
But
I
again,
think it depends on what
third quarterback. It doesn't matter who the number 2 quarterback is. Okay.
Yeah, it does.
There'll
Why
be
would
a
that not
fan
matter?
Hold on. There will be a fan base here. If they're 1-6, that will be like, I want to play the kid. And obviously, the kid is not ready to play in year 1. You actually believe this regime, and again, they're 1-6. Hot seat. Obviously, they'd be on the hot seat, okay?
Mhm.
You actually believe this regime is going to sit there and not play the kid at 1-6? You really believe that?
Like I said, if they're quarterback 3 on the depth chart, the
I
natural.
don't care if he's quarterback 2 or 3. They are going to play the kid.
I wouldn't do what the
because-
Giants did because they still got fired, Alan. Like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but Dable has been there for a while. Dable was going to get fired anyhow because there was issues within the organization. We're talking about Aaron Glenn in year 2, okay? I don't want to see Dante Moore. First of all, I think Dante Moore, if he comes out, is making a horrendous decision for his future because he is not ready. He's just not. I understand people are going to be talking about $50 million, okay? $50 million. But again, he is not even remotely close to ready.
Can you
The
acknowledge
problem I have
Boomtown's
is
comment?
this-
Boomtown says, boy, those goalposts have moved an awful lot from Moore is not coming out.
I don't
It
think he
doesn't make
should come out.
Hold on, let me read the comment
Okay.
for those who might be illiterate in the chat. To it doesn't make sense for him to come out. To this next playoff game will dictate if he comes out. To now, if he comes out.
I don't think he's coming out. But again, he might be talked into coming out. I think it's a horrendous decision.
I wouldn't listen to
Horrendous.
Todd McShay.
What?
I wouldn't listen to Todd McShay.
I'm not listening to Todd McShay.
But you were the first person to bring up Todd McShay wanting Dante Moore to not go to the Jets or go back to Eugene. You were the first person to bring that up on any of our
said
airwaves.
a while ago that he should not come out. Way before Todd McShay. I said he should not come out. Okay? I've said this for months. He should not come out. Okay? I pray if he does come out that they deal him. I do. And the team I
The
would
Jets
look to-
deal him? That doesn't make
Yes.
They deal the pick, you're saying.
They deal the pick.
That somebody
and
else takes Dante Moore.
I do. And I think
Okay.
the team that makes the most sense to go get him would be the pick right after him. And that would be right after them. That would be Arizona. And I'll tell you
Okay.
why. Arizona has a new head coach coming in. They already have a built-in bridge in Jacoby Brissett. And most likely, they are going to be cutting Kyler Murray. So if they bring in Dante Moore, they know they are going to sit him. So again, that's what I would do.
Do you though?
I do. Because
or do you
I
just
think-
truly believe that? Because every time you say you truly believe something, the antithesis of that happens.
First-year head coach will have no pressure.
Okay,
That's the
but what if? Okay, ready? Let's go. My hypothetical.
Sure.
Woody doesn't think that this is as hot seat as Jets fans do, and he's willing to give AG all of year 2, and he even says, "Don't play the rookie."
When the building is 15,000 and 95% opposing team, when they're 1-7, trust me, Woody's gonna feel it. I don't know.
What if they're not
Woody-
1-7? Let's
What?
go the opposite hypothetical. What if they're 4-3 or 3-4?
I don't see this team being 4-3.
Of course you don't. It's January 11th,
Because
and
I
they've
don't
made
think-
zero
first
moves,
of all,
Alan.
they
Come
have-
on,
they
man.
have no talent.
That's soft.
They have
It's
no
January 11th, dog.
Again, they have no talent
Like,
anywhere. They
It's a
don't.
0-win roster 5 days after the season. Of course, they
have
haven't done
no
anything.
talent. The problem is
They can't bring
year
in
zero-
talent?
Year 0 should have been in 2025.
I regret saying I would stay on for
Year
a call,
0 is
Nick.
in 2026. Okay, this is a 3 to 6 win team next year. It is.
So you're
Which-
selling us the Joe Douglas rebuild strategy, Alan, right now? Is that what you're trying to do? You're trying to sell us the Joe Douglas
I'm
5.5
not-
years?
Again, I thought that Glenn should have been fired after year 1. I don't know why
I am with you. If
30
they
out of
fired him, I
30
wouldn't care.
30 out of 32 teams would have fired him. The Bengals wouldn't have, because the Bengals are the cheapest
The
fucking.
Bengals lost to
organization.
us and didn't fire a single coach. That tells you
because
where
they
they're
don't
at.
fire anybody.
I know, it's crazy.
Okay,
It's
they have
actually
coupons
sickening.
in their pockets.
It's
pretty
actually
much, okay?
sickening. The Bengals,
Okay.
yeah.
But again, I think this is a 3 to 6 win roster next year against a much harder schedule.
Alan, they
Much
didn't make
harder.
a single addition to the roster. Of course, it
doesn't
looks like
matter.
a
There's
shit
holes
roster.
everywhere.
That doesn't make sense, dude.
There are holes
what was the Commanders over under Jaden Daniels' first year on the job? What was
6,
their over under?
5 or
I
6?
don't even think it was
But
that
first
high.
of all, I don't think either of these quarterbacks are Jaden Daniels.
Okay, but can they get a
But
guy
nobody
that
thought
can at
Jaden
least-
Daniels was Jaden Daniels. That's why he
I
went
thought
number 2.
Jaden Daniels was much better than these two. Much better.
But nobody thought a NFC championship good. You agree with that,
What?
right? Nobody said Washington's going from the number 2 pick to NFC championship.
But again, I thought that Jaden Daniels.
The answer
was
would be
much
correct,
better.
Nick. Hold on. The
Much-
answer is correct.
But
Nick.
again,
can't
much
say
better
that.
than these two guys. Okay, much better.
Okay, hold on. You
That's
can
not the
validate
argument.
Are they
my
winning
That's not
with
the
Nick?
argument.
They
Wait, you
have
can
no
validate my question
talent.
with the reply, Alan, without
Mhm.
without just throwing it
Okay,
to the side.
They have no
Correct,
talent
Nick.
on this
Nobody
team.
saw Jaden Daniels being number 2 pick with Washington to NFC championship. That's
But
correct.
you know
can
what the
say
difference is? I have much more
You
I have
can't.
much more confidence
In Dan
in
Quinn?
their offensive coordinator, than I do with our offensive.
Oh, the
coordinator.
one who's on the market right now.
He is. He left. He wants to be a head coach. You think?
Is he gonna get a head coaching job?
I think there's a chance he'll be a head coach this year.
And what happens if he doesn't?
Then he'll be an OC somewhere else.
Yeah.
I
And I don't think it wasn't his decision to leave. Dan Quinn
I
said
think
it was either fire my.
partially his decision.
Did you
yes.
read the report? It was fire your coordinators or you go. And
I
Dan
think
Quinn said,
he
"I'm
is
going to
gonna
hold
be an
on to
OC
my
next year
job.
anyhow.
See you
I think he's
later,
gonna be an
Cliff
OC
and
next
Joe
year
Witt."
anyhow. But the bottom line is, if you take Dante Moore and you're going to sit him the entire year, okay? You're going to sit him the entire year.
You're acting like this is a bad thing, Alan.
I think it's a great thing. I just don't believe they're going to do it.
You don't
I
believe
have no-
anything. You don't believe anything
I
except for
do
Josh
not
Allen and his
believe
greatness.
If this team stinks up the joint, that they will sit him the entire year.
I would like to just let the fucking offseason play out a little bit, right? See what coordinators they get, what coach they get for the quarterback, see what happens in free
coordinator's
agency.
gonna get?
Did you
Get
not
the
listen to
guys-
Connor Hughes' report? They're going to be aggressive this offseason. It's not
Great.
going to. Okay, so
What
you're just going to
what
dismiss it.
coordinator's
There
gonna
is no
come
amount
here?
of evidence that is going to
What
convince you
coordinators
to
are
change
gonna
your
come
mind,
here
and
with
that's
a
okay,
lame duck
Alan.
coach? There's no coordinators that are coming here.
All right,
You might have
nobody's
to get a
coming.
retrade.
Run it back with
coordinator.
Charles London. Run it back with Charles London.
I don't think they should, but I don't think you're going to get anybody.
That's what you're saying. Nobody's coming, so you might as well just run it back.
I think they're going to get the 6th or 7th guy on their list. I do.
On their list? We don't even know the list. Like, this is
Okay.
so... It's so
You're not
defeatist,
getting
dude. It's
anybody
so
good.
defeatist. It's
You're
so
not,
defeatist.
again, you're not getting anybody good to follow this coach.
You're right. Yep. Nobody's
You're not-
coming.
Why would a promising young defensive coordinator want to?
What if they get
latch on?
Durante Jones? What if they get Durante Jones? What do you think about him?
He's
Plucked
fine.
off the Flores tree. That's a
He's
good.
fine.
That's a good hire.
I would not be surprised if he actually stays in Minnesota, especially if Flores gets the Vegas job.
You think he's going to get the Vegas job?
I think there's a good chance he will be the head coach in Vegas. And I think Daboll will be the OC.
I'll tell you 2 coaches that I actually don't think get jobs this cycle, and I think one will have to go to be an OC. I don't think Kingsbury's getting a head coaching job, and I don't think Mike McCarthy's getting a head coaching job. Kingsbury's going to have to be an OC. I can see it, but I don't think it's going to happen. Reading the tea leaves of every
job can go to either of those guys.
They want Matt Nagy, dog. They want to pair
I don't know if
Borgonzi with Matt
I don't know if
Nagy.
they're going to hire Matt Nagy.
You want
I
to be
don't.
in the streets with Matt Nagy, dog?
I don't. That guy fucked me twice. I don't think they're going to hire him. I don't.
The coaching cycle is not all that's great. Like after Harbaugh, like if Matt LaFleur hit the open market, he'd be the only name that's like, wow,
I would
okay,
not
let's
be
show our
surprised
whole
if
ass
he
for
gets
Matt
the
LaFleur.
Miami job.
Who?
Matt LaFleur.
Matt LaFleur's not getting fired.
How do you know he's not getting fired?
He just spoke to the media today. You think they're going to let him do a presser if he's getting fired?
You never know.
The Packers would be the worst run franchise, which is historically incorrect, if they fired Matt LaFleur off that last night.
They should. Trust me. There's.
Do you think they should? Do you think they should?
Do I think they should? No, I do not. But I
Okay.
think they might.
Okay, well, good organizations do what they should do, and that's keep their good coaches. If Matt LaFleur was fired right now, he is the number 1 coaching candidate, correct?
Over Harbaugh,
And
I'm not sure if he is.
That's a lie. And the Packers are the number 1 destination for any head coach that's available right now.
I don't
Yes or
think
no?
Harbaugh would go there.
I'm not saying that. Answer my question. Matt LaFleur, head coach 1 of
I
all
think Harbaugh is the number 1 guy out there.
Okay, but the Packers, number 1 destination, yes or no?
No, I think the Ravens are the number 1 destination.
Why?
Because I think they have a more stable organization as much as
Then
as
the Packers, title town.
I would rather coach the Ravens right now than the Packers.
You would, but that doesn't make any sense because
I
you're
think
never
the
getting a
Ravens are
coaching
Ravens
job.
are more stable than the Packers.
They might not even
I
have
think
Lamar.
the Ravens are a better job than the Packers right now. Yeah.
Why?
Why?
Because
What
I
are they
think
better
they-
at?
Why? Because I think they have, first of all, they have an easier division, which is a big thing. Okay, they do. That's a
So
really
go to
tough
Atlanta.
division.
So go to Atlanta.
I think Atlanta's a really good job too, and I
I
think
do.
that's
I
what
actually agree with that. I would
I
say
think
Atlanta's
Kubiak
number.
goes there. I think Kubiak's gonna get that job.
That wouldn't be a bad spot with the.
I
with
think
the
that would be the right job for him. I would. But
Matt
the
LaFleur's
problem
not
with the
getting fired,
Jets-
man.
What?
Come on, Matt LaFleur's not getting fired, man.
He may not, but I think there's a chance he might.
I don't think so.
But again,
I truly
think the
don't believe.
problem-
I'll use your words. I truly
again,
don't believe.
Dante Moore, if he
Adirondack,
comes
I
out,
got it on deck, man. You can't see it, but I got it on deck.
Dante Moore, okay, if they pick him second and they start the season horribly, they will be forced to play him and it will completely destroy his development. That's the
Okay,
problem.
okay,
That's-
okay. Hold on. What coach and what quarterback pairing after one season was completely ruined? Was Drake May your beloved second child
And that's why they
after
fired
Josh
the
Allen?
coach.
Right, but was he ruined because of
But
Gerard
they
Mayo?
fired the coach. The
Okay,
Jets
right.
didn't.
So let's
The
play out the
Jets
string.
didn't.
Let's
That's
play out the
the
string. Hold on.
difference.
Hold on, Alan. Let's play out the string. They start 1-6. We'll go all the way down your hypothetical. And then
But
they
that's why
play
they
Dante
fired the
Moore.
coach.
And then they play Dante Moore and AG gets fired. Guess what? Dante Moore's not ruined going into year 2, dude.
I'm not sure. about that.
Bullshit.
Can I
Bullshit.
interject real
No
quick?
coach. No coach is
just-
going to ruin a quarterback in
I'm
1
not
year.
sure. First of all, I don't
Was
think
Trevor
the job
ruined?
would be as
Was Trevor ruined?
desirable if
Was
they
Caleb ruined? Was Drake ruined?
But they
Was
found the
Cam
right
going to be
coach.
ruined?
I don't
Is
know if they're gonna
Jackson
find the right
ruined?
coach.
Are any of these
How do you
quarterbacks
know
ruined
how
after
these
1
coaches
year?
going to want to coach Dante Moore? You
Can
don't
I
know.
just, can I just interject real quick? Alan, the shape of your hood is tremendous. So tremendous
boy.
that it has inspired me.
Oh boy.
I created this myself.
Oh no.
No assistance from anybody else.
Oh,
I'm
no.
proud of this. You look like a mushroom head.
Totally fine. Hey, by the way, Nick, where's the 10 memberships you're going to give on my
I
behalf?
gifted
today?
5 already in your name.
I
Chill
want
out.
5 more, Nicholas.
All right. How about
5 more.
answer my question and then you get it? You deflected my Jaden Daniels question and maybe sit here quietly for 5 minutes.
I
I'm
think
sorry for that,
Jaden
Nick.
Daniels was more advanced than either of these quarterbacks.
Still didn't answer the
Anymore.
question.
He was more advanced.
You need a job in politics, Alan.
I don't
Whatever
need
you
a
did
job
for
in
the
politics.
whatever
love
you
Jaden.
did for the league was not
love
enough for
Jaden
your
Daniels. I
your
thought he was
skill
the second-
set is not
I thought
sports,
he was
it
the
is
second best
politics.
quarterback in that draft, and I think he's better than any of these quarterbacks in this draft.
Oh, but you think Drake was 1, Jaden was 2, and Caleb was
did.
3?
And I said that from the
Do
start.
you
I thought
still
Drake
feel
was-
that way?
I still feel that way. Yes.
You think Jaden Daniels is better than Caleb Williams?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Hey,
I do.
We'll circle back after
do.
another year of health.
I
hopefully for
worry
Jaden
about
Daniels.
I worry about Jaden Daniels in terms of him being really thin, and I
His
think he
his
might not
ankles
last.
are as skinny as these scissors.
But again, Drake May was my number 1 quarterback in that draft.
That's fine. I just was asking if you still felt the same way about Jaden Daniels over Caleb Williams because I think that's probably inaccurate, but that's okay.
You can disagree with me. I think Jaden Daniels is a better, if healthy. That's a big problem. I know that's good. That's a big issue. I think Jaden Daniels has more talent than Caleb Williams. I do. I always did.
Hey, that's fine. You
Caleb
can double
Williams
down
is
on that.
very lucky. He found the right coordinator and now head coach, and he's been a godsend for that guy. If you can do it of you on
Who's the OC? Oh God, who's the
If
OC?
Ben Johnson
Who's the
was
OC
not-
for the Commanders that turns
I thought I
down
did
around
well,
Jaden
Alan.
Daniels?
I don't know if
Kim's
you're
very
aware of
good
this,
at OC.
Alan, but that
No, who
shape
is
could be
the
other
next
things,
I have
and I
no
just don't
idea
come up
who
Who's
with
going to
OC.
help Jaden Daniels? I'm trying to keep your dream alive of Jaden Daniels QB2.
I know they really like David Blau, and hopefully he'll help him out. They did. They
I
hired
know.
him.
They think he's
Hopefully
going to be
helps
the
him
next
out.
Sean McVay, and I think it's hilarious.
What?
They think David Blau might be the next Sean McVay or Kyle Shanahan. They didn't want to let him leave the building.
That's why they hired him.
I know it's actually funny. It's comical. I don't think any of it is true.
Oh,
I
hope
don't
it
even
works
think
for
David
them.
Blau is Mike LaFleur, who's the worst of the 4.
By the way, Mike LaFleur is actually getting head coaching.
Dude, you're talking to a Mike LaFleur truther. I'm
Yeah,
not saying that Mike LaFleur is bad. All
I don't
5
think
of the
Mike
coaches
LaFleur
they
is
had
bad.
in Washington were historic. David Blau is not historic.
I would not have let Cliff Kingsbury go.
Forgive
What
me
is
for
my
missing this,
plan
big
at
fella.
quarterback?
Sorry, I was in the back creating
Shout out,
the
big fella.
Mushroom Allen photo. Alan, what is your plan at QB for the Jets? You always say what we shouldn't do. Tell us what we should.
I would call the Eagles and see what it would take to get Tanner McKee. I would.
Okay. Do you have a backup plan, or is it just Plan A for Allen and Plan B never
I think
exists?
Plan B is to go again with another bridge, and let's see if Chambliss is a guy. If they trade back, let's say they trade back from.
I don't want
16th
Kyler,
pick.
but I want Chambliss.
Trust me, I would take Chambliss over Kyler Murray. Actually, Chambliss actually wants to play football. I'm not sure if Kyler does.
You know, there's rumors he was healthy enough to play at the end of the season.
Oh, Kyler?
Mm-hmm.
He's a cancer. He's a cancer to a football team.
He might
What
be.
type? Is it curable, or is it?
No,
Is it
it's not
pancreatic?
curable.
Is it
That's
pancreatic,
why
or
he'd
is
be
it
a
like?
perfect Jet? He'd be perfect here. Okay.
So wait,
But
now
again-
you're into Kyler Murray.
I don't want him. I have no desire for Kyler Murray.
What guys do you desire?
You just said he was a perfect
especially
fit.
at $35 million.
Dude, the money is so negligible. Like the money is the straw man argument when you
The
have
only way I
over
make
100
that
million
deal-
in cap space this year and over 217 million in cap
The
space
only way
next
I
year.
would ever want Kyler Murray is if they give us a 1. That's it. That's the only way I make that deal.
Well, you're not getting 3 unless you give
What?
up 2.
No,
you're
I'm
not
talking
getting
about I
3
would
from
take
them.
a 27-1.
Okay.
That I would do. I would not.
You wouldn't
trade
take a
it.
2026 too?
No,
Because
I
it's going to
would
be
not.
pick 35
No
or
interest.
36.
No interest.
It's
No.
4
Alan,
spots
my,
away from the first round.
Alan,
would
my
not.
buddy Dale is watching the show, and he just sent me this. He said he found a
I'm
picture
scared.
of you at the game this year.
Oh
How
no.
come you didn't tell me that you were coming to a Jet game this year, Alan?
That's me.
How come you don't tell me? Also,
me
it
of the
really looks like Nick
15,000 people in the
Sirianni
building.
behind you over the foam finger. You can't convince me that's not Nick Sirianni.
Yeah, it really
Alan,
is.
you come up here and you don't even come say hi at the game?
I did not, Nick. No,
That's crazy.
no.
You look like a General Grievance in that one.
It's true. Well, I hope if more comes out, the Jets are smart enough to trade the pick. That's all I have to say.
I think punting on quarterback in the draft is more conducive to the teams or the regime not getting fired than picking the wrong quarterback.
But that's
so if
why I
you
think they
think
should-
that Dante Moore is the wrong quarterback, then sure.
I think Dante Moore, unfortunately, with this regime and him sitting out the entire year, which I think he should. I don't think he should see the field.
What if he never takes a meaningful snap under Aaron Glenn? They tank or not tank, they are ass, and he gets fired and he never plays a snap under him, except for August.
I'd be fine with if they draft him and he doesn't see the field in 2026.
Okay, so instead of saying
But
I
the
don't
problem is, I
believe
think
that the
he
Jets
will
will
see
do
the
this,
field
why
because
don't
I
we
think they'll
say,
be
okay,
desperate.
what if they actually do this and they add 2 legitimate quarterbacks ahead of him and they
Who's
don't
the-
let him see the field for 1 year
who's the
because
2
they,
legitimate
like
quarterbacks?
us, what?
Who's the 2 legitimate quarterbacks?
Well, I've said like a Kyler Murray type and then like a Marcus Mariota type. You can convince me with like a Kirk Cousins and a.
I don't think Cousins is coming.
No, I'm saying a variant of these types of quarterbacks.
I think Mariota might be our best hope,
but not as the starter.
I don't know. I don't think they're gonna go get Kyler Murray.
You think if the coaches are this on the hot seat, they're gonna say Marcus Mariota, come save our job, man.
I don't know who else there is. I don't think
they're going to be aggressive, Alan.
First of all, I don't think they're going to trade a lot to go get Mac Jones, and I think that might be the best.
What
option.
if do you trust Ben Albright's reporting? This is completely random, but do you trust Ben Albright's reporting?
I've read him a couple times. I don't know much about him
because he says there is a high likelihood that the Jets have validity with Kyler Murray and don't pick at 2.
Okay, so are they going to wait for him to get cut?
Yes, which is going to happen.
That would be
shout out to Leany real quick while you two take a deep breath and reset. Shout out to Leany being a member of the channel for 18 months. Leany, I appreciate you.
That would be scary to watch.
Alan. Thank you, Leany, for being a member of the channel. I appreciate your support for 18 months. Love you.
That would
You're
be
the best.
scary. I'm done with
God damn it, Alan. You know what? It's time to upgrade this Alan.
Goodbye.
We upgraded Alan. Alan, we did an Alan upgrade right there.
We got an Alan upgrade
in the chat.
Dude.
Hey guys, everyone clap it up for Alan. $50 super chat before.
Dude.
And the greatest Alan upgrade in the history of the world. Welcome.
Let's go.
Glad to be here.
Glad
Alan,
to have
not
you.
Alan, I
Very
love
good
it.
argument. I will say this. Very good debate between
Yes.
Dylan and Alan.
Always a great debate.
It was enjoyable.
So I think if to piggyback on all the quarterback talk, I think that if Moore comes out, if somebody's willing to trade up like a few spots to get him, then I'd be willing to trade out of that pick because I think I'd rather take Ty Simpson at 16 or even further back if possible, but I think 16 is probably realistic. And then, obviously he should be a red shirt. And then in terms of who your actual quarterbacks are, I mean, the options are well known, but I'd be looking at some combination of, Malik Willis, Mariota, and some other journeymen, and you see who kind of survives, and then you carry 3 quarterbacks, whoever your rookie is, in this case Simpson, and then 2 guys that are viable ahead of him.
Yeah.
It's
funny
the
because
Giants.
Sorry, I was gonna say it's funny because we're enacting like a Giants type plan.
Yeah.
Weren't the Giants on the hot seat entering this year, similarly to how AG's on the hot seat, and they still made their rookie quarterback? That is incredible. And they still made their quarterback number
I'm
3
muted.
as
Shout
a
out
rookie.
to the big fella. Thank you, big fella, for sending.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Well, I mean, they if they were playing chicken, they lost. They put him in pretty early, but
Right.
I would have kept him out longer. But
Right, exactly.
so that's always the worry, especially if you're on the hot seat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think Alan does have a point. Like if they're 1-6, 1-7, sure.
No, he doesn't. If you look at
But-
the helmet, there's no point. It's rounded.
That one went over my helmet. I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
Nice.
Sorry, that's Spaceballs.
No, that's
I know.
perfect.
I got it.
No, that
Oh,
was
yeah.
perfect.
That was very
Um,
good. That did not go over my head.
Not in my head either. It's right in my pocket.
Nice.
But yeah, no, I think there is validity to that. But the Jets being aggressive in the offseason and starting 1-6, it doesn't matter what the quarterback plan is. Nobody is going to see 2027. And
Right.
I will double, triple, quadruple down. Not a single quarterback has been ruined in 1 year by having a bad coach. And then they flip it the next year and they get a better coach, and all of a sudden that guy shines.
You said that before. I was going to make a
Nice
joke.
adjective to use.
I was going to make a joke about Zach Wilson.
You can't say that guy Tereman. You can say that guy shines.
Zach Wilson wasn't ruined in year one. I don't think he was ruined in year one. He was just bad.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, but that's why it was a joke.
No, I would say the closest comparison to a quarterback who was like ruined was Jared Goff under Jeff Fisher. And then he got in with Sean McVay and they went to the Super Bowl and they lost. So I don't agree that 1 year of Aaron Glenn is going to make these quarterbacks unplayable, right?
Yeah.
And if you're the second round pick, you have talent to stand on that any coach that is of the offensive mind should be able to make you somewhat of an NFL passer, right? That's the whole argument here.
Yeah. And then the other part of it is the QB coach. We need a real QB coach.
Yes.
And
Bill
so,
Musgrave is my guy.
That's the news that I want tomorrow, Tuesday.
Yes.
I want to hear London is gone, and we're looking for defensive coordinator, but we're also going to be looking for a quarterback coach.
This morning I was on a different show, and there was an interesting option brought up that maybe Chad Pennington would be open to the job. He's already a high school coach for his kids.
Is his kid still in high school though? Because I can't.
I think this is the last year.
Yeah.
Hey, if you give me Chad in 27,
I mean, we don't know. It might be a possibility, but we know
That'd be
he's
great.
open to coaching because he's already coaching. He's been doing it for like 7 or 8 years.
Yeah, but
already.
coaching your kid at a high school is a lot different than going and putting in all those hours when your family isn't in New Jersey.
Right. Well, his kids are older, and so if let's say they're out of the house after this year,
no, it's completely fair. I would love Chad.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't even know that it's an option, but it's an outside of the box thing because it's anybody who's going to be a quality QB coach, you have to find the diamond, because anybody that's half decent becomes an OC immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was saying a few weeks ago, I was saying that we should get, if it was possible, try to get Phillip Rivers. Would he be a QB coach?
Yeah.
Guys like that aren't currently in coaching, but we know the position.
Mm-hmm. The two names I'm looking at for QB coach, and this is where I'll end it because I said an hour and a half. The two names that I like,
It started off as an hour though, and then it was an hour. But when me and Dylan get together,
that speaks more to you than it does to me, Nick.
All right. The math guy. I'm the math guy.
That was supposed to be a compliment. The two names that I like, and one might be more realistic than the other, and there's devil's advocate, of course, Mark Brunell from the Detroit Lions. But the devil's advocate is you're just plucking off the Detroit tree, and it's like, okay, wow, you went back to the Detroit. Well, congratulations. That's not really inspiring. And the one that I like, and it's probably less realistic, I get it, and maybe he doesn't want to bring his expertise to a lame duck coach, but Bill Musgrave, 21 years as a coach, 19 as an OC or a quarterbacks coach. He was most recently with Cleveland since 2023 as their quarterbacks coach. So I'm sorry if he can make Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel look that okay, not great, but okay. I think that you bring him in and you can have something to do with him. And maybe that whole staff is getting upended now that Kevin Stefanski's out and he's looking for a job. So I was Musgrave and Brunell are my guys.
So I've been trying to think about it. I don't know all the coaches in the league or anything, but
right.
But is there anybody that would be out there that's like a Greg Knapp equivalent?
Greg Olson.
Yeah,
I believe Greg Olson. Was he the OC? Or maybe he was a positional coach for the Raiders. I can't remember where he last was, but Greg Olson was a guy that was talked about a couple years ago. Yeah, man, I would love to find that Knapp type of guy because, and again, who knows, but I think if there was ever going to be a hope for Zach Wilson, it was going to be with a guy like Knapp paired with LaFleur to help bring up his deficiencies.
Right. After what happened in Nap, like I couldn't believe that they didn't bring somebody else in. They were just like, oh, we're just gonna run it.
They were too.
It was too committed to the season and the plan already.
Well, no,
That-
and Saleh
anyone
double-
who's worth that job is already has the job by the time July hits, right?
The other thing
Yeah,
was,
but-
and Saleh said this. He said at the podium that he is not replacing Knapp out of respect for Greg Knapp, and I thought that was a fatal flaw. I get
Yeah,
it.
I thought that was terrible.
You want to mourn for the guy. You feel bad, of course.
You
it's
don't
so
fill his
tragic.
office, but you
You
fill the
don't-
position with your team.
Yes,
you
yes.
keep his locker, you keep his office, you keep the door
Yes.
tags up there for the
Yes.
year, whatever.
Yeah.
But fill the
Yes.
fucking job.
Everybody
Yes,
can wear
and
everybody
that's-
can wear a patch, you know?
And that's why I did not like the pivot off of Greg Knapp. It was just like, hey, we're just going to roll with what we have out of respect for Greg Knapp. Maybe there wasn't a guy who could come in on late notice, but I don't know, man. It was
But
such
I
a
mean,
bad look.
they didn't really bring anybody in the next 2 years either.
Exactly. And then they scapegoated Mike LaFleur.
Right. And so it's like, I don't want to like go all through the retread stuff, but I'm just saying that like let's not repeat the mistakes of the past and
Exactly.
and get some real help for whoever we bring in, whether it's a first round or fourth round or whoever prospect.
Yep.
All right, couple things. Number one, listen to Rich Sports Talk. Go subscribe to his channel. It's a friend of the show. I was on his show earlier in the year. Do what he says. Hit the like button. We're almost at 100 likes. We are 7 subscribers away from 2,000. If there are 7 of you watching this show right now, if you have another YouTube account, switch over. Subscribe if you haven't already. Let's hit 2,000 tonight. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Now, we got a legend in the chat that showed up. Beast says hi to Big Fella. What's up, Beast? Beast, you feel free to call in. You know you're welcome in this community. We got a big caller on the line. Big. If we can get to 2,000 subscribers right now, I'll bring him on. I will bring him on right now. We got to get to 100 likes, and we got to get to 2,000 subscribers, and we will bring on this legendary, iconic caller. I hate that I'm making him wait, but folks, sometimes in life you got to ask for things to get things. And I am cordially asking you to subscribe to the channel right now, and we will bring on an absolute whale of a caller. But I digress. Gentlemen, feel free to continue. And Alan, thank you again for not being the other Alan. And then secondly, for the super chats. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah, it's my pleasure to help out.
All right. DT, you have anything in closing? I know you said an hour. We're at 2 hours and almost 20 minutes.
Look
And,
what you
and
do to
I
me,
love
Nick.
you for it. I appreciate you. You're the man. But you
I want to
to
know who the caller is, but I
see where we're at.
also
Let's check the subscribers. We're still 7 away. People are
I do desperately need to get to sleep. 5:45 comes early. I'm hoping I work, but there's also a chance I don't work. But again, I need to be prepared in case I do.
all right.
That's what Nick's good at, Dale.
I'm with you, Dylan. I get
Dale
up at
knows.
I get up
Dale's
at
seen
4 in the
me
morning.
Strip tease. Not even strip tease. I have stripped the LL Cool J phenomenon many times. And they played it at his wedding, and I started to, and his mom came up and said, "No, you've done this shit in my house. You are not doing it here."
The PTSD set in. She's like, I've seen this movie before. I know how it ends.
Yes. I've been
We will
yelled
find
at
out that
many
Nick is
times by
clearly
Mrs.
not a
Snyder.
black guy if he
Yes.
takes off his clothes.
If you play LL Cool J, something like a phenomenon, my hips just started going, and all of a sudden clothes started coming off. And his mom yelled at me at the wedding, "You are not doing this at my son's wedding." I'm like, okay, all right, I'm sorry, Mr. Snyder.
Oh man.
I did it at the hotel later.
Jeez. No, I got nothing left. I'm tapped out. Alan drained me. That
We are
sounded
6
terrible.
away.
That sounded fucking terrible.
6 subs away from 2,000. Let's make this happen. Genergy, now you know what to do. Just pull up, have LL Cool J phenomenon coming on, and basically, I can't be held responsible for what happens. How about Gangster's Paradise? No, I don't strip the Gangster's Paradise, Beast. I do not strip the Gangster's
You
Paradise.
think that's the only rap song Beast knows?
Oh, I think he knows many. He retains a lot of information. Shout out to Beast.
May your dreams be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white.
All right. You guys want a treat? Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh no.
I bring to you the one, the only Michael Arthur Woodruff.
Hey guys, yeah, the Jets, yeah, we go get Chad Pennant as the offensive coach too. I want him too, Chad Pennington. Come in, bring us on, baby. I have your jersey. You better come to the Jets right now. I told Aaron Glenn I'll put him on his TV show. Aaron Glenn, you will be the best Jets coach in the whole world.
Fix your camera. We can't even see you. I know you're short, but we can't see you. Fix your camera so we can see you. You got suspenders on tonight?
You
What are you
hear
rocking?
me?
We can hear you, but tilt your camera a
hear
little
me?
bit so we can see you. We hear you.
What?
Yep.
I'm right here.
All right. What did you put it on a fucking carousel? How did it start spinning? I
It's
said
on a
tilt
lazy
your-
Susan.
No,
Tilt
right here. I
it
have
towards
it
you
right
so we
there.
can see you. You're like this. Tilt the camera down so we can see you. There you
Okay,
go.
There
let's
we
see.
go.
Let me
That's,
see.
that's up. There we
You
go.
hear me now?
We hear you,
Yeah,
buddy.
that's better.
Guess
Perfect.
what?
What?
Chad Pennington will be the best offensive coach. Then Lamar's gonna go to the Raiders. Somebody at the Raiders want more. Then we get Mendoza, yeah! Mendoza, yeah!
I love
yeah. Let's fight for the right. Let's party. Let's party. Let's call more. Go to the Raiders. Because the Raiders gonna want to have more because he's a homeboy. But you want to get the right dude. But if it goes that much goes up, pick that up.
Mikey, for those
Chad
in
Pennington.
the chat that may have not seen you before, how do you love me? What type of way do you love me?
I love you, not in a gay way.
Not in a gay way. Never in a gay way. All right. Thank you, Mike. Thank you.
Yeah. I think
Dale,
Dylan, he's a
Merry
cool
Christmas,
guy
Dale.
from New
There's
York.
your birthday, your Christmas gift, your birthday, everything wrapped into one. Happy 4th of July, Dale.
Yeah, Dylan, I want to tell you, call the Jets. We get Chad Pennington, like that guy said.
Yep.
We need Chad Pennington. I got his
Right.
jersey too. I got Chad Pennington jersey.
The best one to have, man. I promise. It's the best one.
Chad. We want Chad.
Oh, Mikey's connecting.
Oh.
Started dropping.
I'm with him.
All
I'm
right,
glad
that's a
I'm
pretty
glad that
good-
Mikey liked that.
That's
Yep.
a pretty good time to have Mikey on a call, but his connection started crapping out there.
Mhm.
It's great to be loved, not in a gay way. I appreciate that. Mikey, thank you for the sentiment. It means a lot to me. And yeah, Alan, we went over this before. Mateo's going back as well. So we believe Dylan and I opened that to discuss. We discussed that to open the show almost 2.5 hours ago. Dylan, you're the man for hanging out too.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, I know. I always tell people like 45 to an hour, and then it ends up being some. I have no ability to say, you know what, I'm getting off. I'm putting my foot down.
I'm the same way with Jake. One time, because someone showed up at my house, I had to go.
Yeah.
And that was the week of Christmas or the week of New Year's Eve it was. Other than that, like I'll ride. If you're doing a 4-hour show until I got to go to work, I'm with you. So
Yep.
But
But
I get it.
yes,
Alan,
I will have
thank
to
you
sign
again
off
for
once
you.
we're done.
Appreciate you, Alan,
Sure.
and good luck to you in the fantasy football league next year.
Yeah, I got third this year.
No
Yeah, I know you were close. You were close.
Boom,
but,
Boomtown got me. If it wasn't for Boomtown beating me, I had the highest score by far the last week.
Oh, that sucks. When you know you would have won the championship. I've been
Mhm.
there.
Yeah, I had like 176, and the next closest was like 120.
Yeah, I know
That's
the
the worst.
championship was low scoring. I didn't monitor it. Like I put it together, and I would really like someone to just take it over because I'm not in it. and I don't want to have to worry about collecting or chasing or paying and all of that. I would like to like give the reins to somebody to run the league. So I know everyone in it wants to remain. We do have an opening because Nikki's not going to have a team. So we do have an opening in the Shiner Discord fantasy league. But Alan, good luck to you. Thank you again. I appreciate you, man.
Anytime.
All right.
Alan won.
Alan won. All right. Any thoughts? Anything we didn't cover? You want to get off your mind? You want to promote? What are you doing this week?
Yeah. I will say, let's not pigeonhole ourselves, guys, into one prospect, into one plan for the Jets this offseason. That's a lot of what my channel is going to be based around, which is leading into at Dylan Tereman on YouTube. I will be doing mock-off seasons where I take, Ty Simpson or where I take Dante Moore. I probably will do at least one where I take Fernando Mendoza. But we're going to try to build this thing out, guys. We're gonna try to help AG save his job, whether we think he's the guy or not. So that's what the basis of my channel is on. I will have plenty of film dives tomorrow. I usually do the Monday show with Buffalo Jet Fan, but he's been busy with work. So once I hear back from him, if I'm going live with him, I might be on with him. But if not, I will be doing the Trinidad Chambliss film review, which if you guys tuned in last week to the Ty Simpson film review, I'm going to be doing it the same way. We'll talk about the strategy, about where you go about drafting him. We'll do a cut up. I might do a little bit more than just 5 plays like I did on Ty Simpson. I might do about 10 of Trinidad Chambliss. And then Wednesday, because it's the 14th, which is the declaration day for guys like Dante and everybody who lost already in the playoffs, that's when we will do the Dante Moore college football playoff film dive on the channel. So you're probably going to get 2 film dives on the channel. Any updates and news that comes out from the Jets, that'll be the Dylan Tereman football show. Also, Believe in Jets, which is the audio-only version of my podcast, which is available on Apple, iHeartRadio, Spotify, anywhere else you get your podcasts. So I appreciate everybody. I just hit 1,300 subs, so I'm pseudo in a race with Nick, and we gotta get that number up. And I appreciate everybody so far. I mean, starting my channel in May and already having 13, I feel really blessed and appreciative of everybody. So you guys are the reason that I continue to make the videos that I do. So thank you all, and hope to see more of you guys on my channel.
Yeah, so there's the link right there for Dylan. Dylan, thank you. I appreciate you and your time, and of course, look forward to talking to you more on air, off air, throughout the off season, and all of our other discussions that we have.
Absolutely. Nobody needs to see our DMs, but we'll keep that between us, and we'll have to get the shine.
Why did Nick and Dylan both get canceled at the same time? They got their text leaked.
Hey now, let's not cancel anybody. That is what would happen, though. So we will have to get you on the Dylan Tereman football show ASAP, because I appreciate you
with our work schedules. So
yes.
if you do something on a weekend, if you're going to record, I'm there.
Yeah, you will. We'll do
a live during the week. I can't do right now.
Of course, yeah. We'll do a pre-recorded on a weekend whenever you're available. Just hit me up.
You tell me, man. Whatever you want to make work. I'm pretty much working 7 days a week with basketball on Saturday and Sundays now. So I mean, whatever. If you say, hey, can we do this? We'll figure it out. We'll make it
perfect. Yeah, between work, my day job, and DoorDash, I've been trying to stay busy too. So, Alan, thank you for that completely backhanded compliment, but I appreciate it anyway.
There you go, Alan. Yeah, it's Alan will not directly compliment someone.
Or directly tell you were correct.
Yeah.
Shiners, I appreciate you all. Nick, you're the man. You know that as always.
The type of guy to compliment you, to say, I hope you're not driving the car at a law enforcement officer. I hope you are the law enforcement. Oh, you want me to get hit by it? That's Alan. He will find a way to insult an insult. Like that's Alan.
Oh man, I'm not touching that one.
Sometimes I slip. Forgive me.
All right. I will talk to you all soon. I appreciate you, Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great DT, Dylan Tereman. Awesome job. Now, it's been 2.5 hours. I've consumed a lot of fluids. I have to take a pee break. We're gonna. We haven't seen this guy tonight, and it's my favorite highlight video. So, ladies and gentlemen, It's Lane's impersonations.
This is Bobby in his orange chair. See, this is him. I like to just come around. Let's get my wife. No, I mean, I'm Neil. I saw that game and I was in my nuts. How could they not win? I'm upset right now, going bonkers with a cigar in my mouth. I was watching it and the record's like 10-3 now. You know? Let me just go step out the window right now. I'm Charles. With the hat on.
Oh, wow. That's fast. Yeah, you could do. All right, hold on. Let's do Alan. Do you want to do a impersonation of me?
Good evening. Before I start this show, these are the advertisements. Custom best bourbon that you could get for just 99 cents for the you get 50% off anytime you go to like Buffalo Wild like wings for any Jets game or Giants game. We're gonna go take some callers now. Bobby, are you there? I don't think he's there. I think he's in a dark spot.
Would you be able to do an impersonation of Jake?
You know how it counts down to the beginning of the show and go, good evening. I'll have shows on for 2 days. I had one this morning with Jeff Parsons. And the merch store, anything that you could get from the merch store is you get for any, like, if you become a member. The first caller we go to is Bobby, midnight. Hi, Jake. Hi, Bobby. Oh, you look happy. Can we see your cat? Okay, I'll show you my cat. Oh, the kitty cat. I can do this all day.
Can you do an impersonation of Robert C?
Don't worry, but his hair's never clean. He looks like a guy from Monster Inc.
Are you going to race Charles at MetLife Stadium in the parking lot of?
Are you going to race Charles at MetLife Stadium at the parking lot? Shout out to Robert and Tammy. Hope they're doing well. But folks, this wire. We've reached the end. We are 5 subscribers short of 2,000. Can we get there before the end of the show? Can we get there after the show? Can we get to 100 likes? Where are we at? We're at 101. Thank you to everyone who liked the program today. Appreciate you guys being here. Next Sunday, listen, I told you, Sundays going to be big in the off season. Last week we had Dom C. Tonight we had Dylan. Next week I got Ryan from Jets Talk 24/7. Might move the show back to 9 o'clock. By the time he puts the kid to bed, it's 9 o'clock. So might be a little bit later next week, starting with him. Following week we got Connor Long, and then I'm gonna start building out the shows in February. So before you know it, we'll be at the Combine. Then it'll be March and free agency will hit. And before you know it, we'll be down in Atlantic City. Hopefully we get a good crowd and we watch this Jets team get built even further throughout the draft. So I thank everyone for being here. But it's that time that we kick it up to all of you and tell us.
Now let's go to What Did We Learn Today, courtesy of Nick Shine.
What did we learn today? A lot of good Jets talk. A lot of good Allen hate. A lot of good support from all you in the chat. Appreciate you guys for being here. And since I have to pay up 10 memberships. Now, folks, don't forget, before the show ends, it's Sunday night. All raffle entries are doubled. Okay? And these raffle entries that I'm gifting on behalf of Allen, I have 20 raffle entries to give away because these are not going to Allen. Allen won a bet. Allen's not getting raffle entries for winning a bet. So technically, I have 20 raffle entries to give away. Anyone who gifts the remainder of the show, I will disperse those among you. The 5 from Allen went to MH Jets fan. Oh, that's Harper. Angel. Ray Noble. AP, Carlos Reyes, New York Jets Smoking Lounge. So, Alan, your bet is paid up. I gifted 10 memberships. I have put in for 5 refunds for the jerseys. I have to wait for that to hit, and then I'll find the new buyer. We'll get all those jerseys out. Snowball, Kevin Tats, um, Foxy, Beast, Maze. We got a bunch we got to get out. I know this seller on this website really closed up shop after I placed the orders. So I'm a little pissed about this. And now they're dragging their feet. Life of a Jet fan. Even the simplest things run them up. But folks, drop your what did we learns. This is where you get a chance to shine, pun intended. Let us know, what did you learn during the program? Did you learn that Alan with a hood on looks like Toadstool from Super Mario Brothers? Looks like Darth Vader, Darth Maul, whoever. I'm not sure. I don't know those movies. Infrared, I learned that Alan wants us to waste money signing a QB to bring us back another 5 years. Nice. Infrared, hope you're doing well, my friend. That's it? Only one? What did we learn? There's 60 of you watching right now. One? What did we learn? I'm shocked. Let's check the score of the game. The game is 9-3. Fuck them. And they're driving. God damn it. All right. If that's it, it's that time. If you're a member of the channel, go hit that Canadian leaf, kick it up to Boomtown. Johnny boy, I learned that some scouts have a 4th round comp on Mendoza. Does that worry us? No. No, that's one guy, and that's why he's not a scout anymore. May says, I learned that Nick has a visceral reaction to anything Patriots, while Allen has another type of reaction when Joshy Allen Avatal is mentioned. It's true. Dale, I learned that the Jets frustrate their fans in a galaxy far, far away. And Allen just shot a load in his pants, ladies and gentlemen. The Patriots with the touchdown. Fuck them. So that means the Bills, I'm not watching. I'm doing this off the top of my head. No matter who wins, the Bills go to the Denver, and the winner of the Texans Steelers game goes to New England. I'll take that. I'll take Houston's defense going into New England, because the Chargers do not have a defense anywhere near Houston, and they've held them to 16 points so far. Nathan, I learned that Allen would fit in well with the Death Eaters from Harry Potter. Nice. Jets Worldwide. I learned Nick loves banana pudding in a cup. Oh, so good. And Chris B taking the ultimate shortcut. I learned what Boomtown learned. Well, folks, I thank all of you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this program, the growth of this channel. We should hit 2,000 this week. Sometimes I gain several subscribers after the show ends, so check back tomorrow. Maybe we hit it by the morning. That's what she said. But ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Boomtown, please educate all of us and tell us, what did you learn today, my good friend? Double down. I learned that Nick was at the Jets-Bengals game, and so was I. Yeah, I was in the end zone, right where Ty Johnson caught that touchdown. I was right next to the guys in the front row that had the clown wigs on. Did I get rid of it? I got rid of it. Damn. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Game day picks. I think I put it in there. Yes, got it. So at the end of the Cincinnati game, there's a girl, Jessie, who was on screen crying. And this is on the CBS feed. Obviously, I can't play the audio, but that's me on CBS after the game with her crying right next to her, front row. Seems so long ago. Back in the day when we used to enjoy victories. Time to be alive, Jets fans. Here we go, folks. Boomtown learned. The hater hats are baby blue. Stay tuned for the Jake Asman Show live from Charles Gorman's apartment. There were strong indications that Nick was cheering for the Chargers this evening. Bonus, Nick Shine is a white. Carson Beck may be the lesser-known third island boy. Beck shares a striking resemblance to Shaggy. OTBHJ equals over-the-pants handjob. Xlax is available upon request. Double bonus, Allen equals no credit given. Jaden Daniels has skinny scissors ankles. There was a significant upgrade at Allen tonight. LL Cool J is a Nick Shine clothes remover. Well done. Well done. Boomtown, you're the man. Appreciate all of you for being here. Now, let's play some Blitz BK. Hit the like button on the way out. Thank you again to everybody. And last call while Blitz is playing, I got 20 raffle entries to get rid of. They're there for the taking, folks. Don't let them go to waste. Anything affiliated with Allen is a waste. Yes, Tom Ace. Chargers better pull this one out. Obviously, you folks know any memberships happen, any super chats happen, I will come back in while the music is playing. 20 raffle entries to give away. As the ladies say, you better get your ass in there. Some people still have Christmas trees up. Enjoy.
Hey, Shiners. It's a party. My house. Discord party.
Blitz got beat.
Yo, we at Sean's crib about to turn up. Music bumping, party jumping. Please someone fill my cup. We greet each other Merry Christmas. And let the jet suck while Bobby yells at Santa. Shut the fuck up. Then Gary intervenes and tells them don't be mean. Eat a stick of butter every day and you'll be lean. Then Santa runs off. I hope he left some gifts because Bobby scared him off. He's on the naughty list. This whole party's lit. Nate Clancy, many more, we hardly fit. And Addison and Weeds bought that Marley spliff. I licked on my lips cause old Jenna G make my heartbeat skip. Damn Charles Gorman, was that a fart you ripped? Too much egg in you know the hot dogs and chips. Now I want my dip. Tell me where the hell is Santa? He ran so quick. I checked the bathroom and oh shit. With Denmark Andy, Santa, Rudolph. No wonder, Rudolph. Andy, you promised me you wasn't gonna do that no more. Oh my God. Nick is gonna kick us out of here.
I have been Santa Claus at a party. Ladies and gentlemen, Dale just gifted 10. Thank you, Dale. You're the man. Dale's memberships went to J Joke, Ernie, Danny Holt, Staten Island, NY, Bill Sprague, John Hepburn, Monkey Manstand, Jets Runny, Darnell Towns, Jimbo, and Scott. Thank you, Dale. Now, raffle entries are doubled. You get 20. But since no one else came in and took the 20 that I had to give, Dale, you just got 40 raffle entries. You're the man. I love you. 35 years friendship. Yeah, I love you. I say that. Fuck yeah. And we are going to head out with one more Blitz song. And then we'll do what they used to do back in the day at the end of the night of television. We will have the national anthem. Enjoy. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Blitz got beat.
Gentry covered in bumble!
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube if you don't know. The Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime as Nick shine. Proud fan, well defined, to get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky. Who, me? Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic.
I'll stay anchored by the light, and so bright as the twilight's last